Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
All right, Morning Juice. No Brandon Beam. I'm Tito. Bobby Carpenter, though, is here on the show today. So is Mark the Shark. Thanks so much for spending time with us today. Bobby, we got a big show today. We got a lot of talk about what you did last night and what's going on with you right now. And also, obviously, U.S. Open going on. We got Albert Breer on the show later on, Monday Morning Quarterback. We will... Jerry West passed away at the age of 86. That was a big blow to the college the basketball world. But how are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. Well, I mean, I've been better than off. I'm going to be honest with you about that. But you know what? I am feeling good. Had a great time last night. I'm excited to be on here with you. Just onward and upward and ready to move forward here with the enthusiasm unknown to mankind. You know,
I saw some stuff floating around there in the old interwebs about things that went on out there for the Tom Brady jersey retirement. So, a lot of cool things, man. I can't wait to get into that with you later on. Have you been to bed yet? That's the first question.
Yeah, I did go to bed, unfortunately. And, unfortunately, it wasn't for long enough. I felt great last night. I mean, if you wanted to do the show at 1, I would have been perfect. But this morning, a little bit rougher. But you know what, dude? We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. And I'm excited, man. It was an unbelievable experience.
Everything I saw, yeah.
They said they modeled it off of Larry Bird's retirement. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't there for that 30 years ago. But holy smokes, man, was it something special to see all the legends that were back. I mean, everybody was here. Everybody. Yeah. You know, I was thinking, like, would Bill return? And 100% he was there. Like, You're talking – I always like to try to put a price tag on things. Like, what do I think it costs to do that?
That's
25 million, maybe?
God, yeah.
There were 75,000 people there set off.
Jeez.
It was a full stadium. A full stadium. Except we were in the back end zone, and 3/4 of it was packed, plus then the whole field. It was ridiculous.
That's amazing. Wow. All right, let's go and get today in history. We're going to talk a lot more about it, so make sure you stick around. Bobby's always great at telling stories at these things that he come to, that he goes to, and it seems like, like he said, everyone was there. I saw the cool video of Randy Moss, and I know you've got some sound. We're going to play from it later on as well. So let's hit us up first with the Today in History, Bobby.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bobby, take it away.
Here we go, Jim. It is Thursday, June 13th, 165th day of the year, 201 days remaining in this 2024. This date, 1805. Lewis and Clark on their exhibition. Lewis and 4 of his scouts see the Great Falls of the Missouri River. Now, that doesn't sound like much, because that's the river they started on. They left out of St. Louis, which is at the confluence of the Missouri and the Mississippi. However, where the Great Falls are in central Montana. So they had made it quite a ways upstream, if you will. So kudos to them. This date, 1893. President Grover Cleveland secretly has a large tumor removed from his mouth. It was cancerous. They cut that bad boy out. Wasn't revealed till 9 years post-mortem when people found out about it, so was able to get that done in secret. Don't think that's happening today. This date, 1937, Joe DiMaggio hits 3 consecutive dingers. Hopefully it was a Dinger Tuesday against the Shark. I talked to this about Shark, the St. Louis Browns. Who did the St. Louis Browns become?
The Baltimore Orioles.
And people in Cleveland should have been weary of that from the jump. That was an ominous deal from anybody with the Browns' last name going to Baltimore. This date, in 1966, the Supreme Court of the United States rules in the Miranda versus Arizona case. What do you think they ruled in that, Thedoff?
I don't know what the Miranda was. Got Miranda rights or what?
There you go.
You got to read the Miranda rights to the that must be Mirandized from what I learned from Law and Order.
Absolutely. So that means that they ruled that your Miranda rights, as you so eloquently put it, must be read prior to any interrogation. So that happened in 1966. The state, 1 year later, Lyndon B. Johnson names Thurgood Marshall the first black justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. The state, 1977, Martin Luther King assassin James Earl Ray is recaptured after escaping from prison. Did you know he escaped from prison?
I did not know. I did not know he escaped from prison.
Shark, did you know?
I did,
You were alive
Bob.
then.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, what was that manhunt like?
I don't remember it. I just knew that he had escaped. I learned later in life.
Was it like the OJ chase?
I don't think so.
More like the Shawshank chase.
Like this. Well, I mean, they didn't catch him. Andy Dufresne, he got away. He went to Sewataneo. This state, 1997, Tim McVeigh, he did get caught and he did get executed, is sentenced to death in the Oklahoma City bombing.
This is not a day of great joy for the prosecution team. We're pleased that the system worked and that justice prevailed. But the verdict doesn't diminish the great sadness that occurred in Oklahoma City 2 years ago. Our only hope is that the verdict will go some way to preventing such a terrible, drastic crime from ever occurring again.
Yeah, so that was him being his the prosecution after his execution was I guess he was convicted of that and sentenced for that. And then on this date, 1991, I talked to you guys both about this yesterday, the National, the first daily sports paper, stops publication. 1991, newspapers were still in like their full glory then, and that was the first daily sports publication. How did it possibly go out that off in 91?
Well, they had a lot of expensive writers and a lot of expensive people that were on the staff there. And Frank DeFord was the editor of that. And the gentleman who did it was from, I want to say it was from Colombia or Mexico. Mexico, I think is where they're at. And the reason he did the National was because he knows down at how big soccer was down in Mexico, and they had 3 daily publications devoted just to the sport. And he couldn't figure out why the United States did not have a sports-only daily newspaper. And so he brings it up, says, money's no expense. We're going to do this. Hire the best. I want the best writers and the best copy editors, the best everything. And then they had problems, though, distributing it. They had, from what I understand, fax machines were really expensive way back then. You're talking
Really?
in the thousands of dollars.
Facsimiles?
Yes. And so they had 5 fax machines set up that they bought. He just said, I think DeFord told we need 4. He said, I'm giving you 5. And the 5th one never got used. They had this huge office building. He had a big problem with getting everything distributed, and that's what led to their downfall, was that the fact that they were printing, I think, on the same stuff the Wall Street Journal was printing, they're using their presses. They had to wait till Wall Street Journal stuff got done. They had a hard time getting late scores in the paper. It was a beautiful publication. I read it religiously, but it eventually just became too expensive, and they could not get the information out quickly enough. But, it was a wonderful. Mortensen was on that staff. I think Kornheiser might have been on that staff as well. But they went around and just picked the best writers in every major city, and it was like the free agency thing when it happened in football or baseball. These writers got paid so much money to go to the National that everyone else then would use as leverage to renegotiate with their own newspapers, and they single-handedly made it a much more glamorous and high-paying job to be a sports writer in America.
Well, and that's why Shark got into it back then.
Right.
He was the creme de la creme, if you will. Some birthdays. This date, my man John Nash, the beautiful mind himself, the mathematician, born on this date, 1928.
Despite my privileged upbringing, I'm actually quite well balanced. I have a chip on both shoulders. My first grade teacher, she told me that I was born with 2 helpings of brain, but only half a helping of heart. But the truth is that I don't like people much, and they don't much like me. You know, half these schoolboys are already published. I cannot waste time with these classes and these books. I need to look through to the governing dynamics. Find a truly original idea. That's the only way I'll ever distinguish myself.
That was Russell Crowe as John Nash. What movie was that from, Tidoff?
I know it's called A Beautiful Mind, but I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen that.
What is wrong with you?
Cannonball Run was probably on at the same time.
I mean, Cannonball, exactly. That was right, shortly after Gladiator, showing his
didn't see that one either.
The depth. You didn't see Gladiator?
I heard that was pretty good.
Oh, Fidoff, you're not even a human, and definitely not a dude. Other birthdays today: Bob McGrath, born on this date in 1932. He is the human out of Sesame Street, if you will. Malcolm McDowell, born on this date, 1943, turning 81 today from A Clockwork Orange. And Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor, turning 71.
Tonight's dinner, do not eat with your hands.
Well, what if we're having chicken?
Chicken outdoors, use your hands. Chicken indoors, knife and fork.
What about live chicken?
A live chicken? Brad, who the hell do you hang out with?
Dad's cussing.
I'm not cussing.
He said a bad word.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, he said hell and damn.
I did not say damn.
Now you did.
There we go. One of the great shows. One of the best to do it. Tim Allen, 71. Sam Adams, turning 51, 14-year NFL defensive tackle, 3-time Pro Bowler. Steve-O of Jackass, turning 50 years old today. Surprised he's still kicking. Thidoff, when you think about everything he did. Chris Evans, Captain America, turning 43 today. And then some passings. Jimmy Dean passing away on this date in 2010. Chuck Noll passing away in 2014. And one of the stars of one of the best movies around. Thidoff, I know you saw this one. Ned Beatty passing away in 2021. One of the stars of Deliverance.
Look like we got us a sow here instead of a boy. Don't. Yeah, boy. I bet you can squeal. I bet you can squeal like a pig. We'll squeal. Squeal now. Squeal. Squeal. Squeal louder. Louder. Louder.
Never saw him, but he was Rudy's dad.
I always said that, Shark, you sure do have a pretty mouth. No?
No
Nothing? You never saw that either, Thidoff?
No, like I said, I saw Rudy. He was Rudy's dad.
Well, I know that.
He was in Homicide: Life on the Street, the TV series.
Yeah.
He was in Superman.
After he made it back from West Virginia, I mean, he went back to settle down in Indiana. I mean, that's the logical...
Makes sense. Raise a family.
Story. Absolutely. And that sounded pretty traumatizing for him. Some holidays and observances this date. It is National Career Nursing Assistance Day. It is Sewing Machine Day. It's Weed Your Garden Day and World Softball Day. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Thursday, June 13th, the 165th day of the year, with a mere 201 days remaining in this 2024.
Well done, Bobby. Coming up next, the logo passes.
Well done on that, General.
I'm sorry. Well done on that, General. Coming up next.
Thank you, Thidoff.
Jerry West passed away at the age of 86. We'll talk about the logo next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no major crashes to let you know about as you head out the door. We are tracking a clear commute for you, starting to pick up on 33 on the southeast side, also on I-70 coming in from the west side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, this is Jeff, and I'm one of the owners of Tri-State Men's Health, where we treat men's sexual health issues here in our area. I say our area because I'm from here, and I'm proud that the practices in the Tri-State region are leading the charge against erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and other conditions that affect a man's sexual well-being. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in dealing with these problems. For ED, we have a variety of treatment options and treatment combinations that if you're like most men, you will get your sex life back. And I can say this with all confidence as we have the protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. If you're suffering with the fatigue, low sex drive, bad sleep, brain fog, and other symptoms of low testosterone, our treatment plans are highly effective with most men seeing significant changes in just a few weeks. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Join us for Gambling Things, Fantasy Sports, Gambling Things, and most importantly, Gambling Things. Hollywood Casinos on the Money, Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
The Fan.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia, often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Temperatures heating up to around 90 by the afternoon. Tonight, look for clear skies. Temps dropping down to around 60. And then we will have some increasing clouds after midnight tonight going into tomorrow. Looking at a 20% chance of a pop-up shower or storm. High 85 on your Friday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you here today until 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for spending time with us here on this Thursday. Difficult day yesterday for sports fans as one of the all-time greats, Jerry West, passed away at the age of 86.
I want to push back. Like, why is it a difficult day? He's 86 years old and lived a phenomenal life.
Anytime though somebody like a major sports, like someone like that, passes away, like Bobby, I've got him in the same category as Joe DiMaggio, as like.
Great.
But okay, I know you're 86. Yeah, old people die, Blue. I know that. I get it. But still,
wait, you saw Old School?
I did see. Oh, yeah, of course. It's a classic.
Oh yeah, that classic.
I see the classics.
But you didn't
Bobby.
see Deliverance. You didn't see Gladiator. Okay,
but I saw Old School though a bunch of times.
Saw Old School. Perfect.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah.
You're my boy.
Good.
Anyway, Jerry West. I know you sent them over, Shark. That we're gonna play here now some sound with Jerry West. Go ahead, Sharky.
That's who I am, but I was not afraid. And today, again, I was getting at the players that are drafted today, and everyone, competitive people, the word dog comes up a lot. That guy's a dog. That guy, well, I was a wolf, okay? I used to eat dogs.
Pretty cool there, Bobby. And I don't know if you ever came. Did you ever meet him?
I did not. I would have loved to.
Yeah.
I mean, he was you think about everything Jerry West has done. I mean, he not only is a player, have you ever driven through his hometown?
In West Virginia? I've never driven through his hometown, no, but
It's right off, I want to say it's off 77.
Yeah, I-77.
It's right there. I mean, it's in the middle of nothing. And for him to come out of there, do the things that he did, in college and the NBA as a player, and then off the court, trading for Shaq, drafting Kobe. He was an executive with the Warriors. He was an executive with the Clippers. Just built these unbelievable teams. But I'm going to tell you this. I know you probably haven't seen much in your life, and I wish Beam was on here to talk about this because I know he's seen it. Did either of you see Winning Time with the Lakers?
Winning Time with the Lakers. Is that the...
It was on Showtime.
Okay. No. Yeah, Winning Time. That's the one with that Perlman's book, right? Off Jeff Perlman's book?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but they portray him as an unbelievable, rageaholic lunatic.
Right.
And that's how I'm going to choose to remember him. As a guy who literally they watched him throw his NBA Finals MVP through a glass door. It was remarkable. I go, that's how I'm going to remember Jerry West. And someone on Twitter was like, I tweeted that out, and you realize that was a dramatization. I'm like, and not accurate. I'm like, that's fine. I don't think that it probably was. I can't imagine Jerry West being that much of a jerk. But I enjoyed that character so much that I thought there's no way that this guy could be this successful in life and still be this bitter. But yet that's how he was portrayed, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a series. Jeff Perlman is a New York Times best-selling author. We had him on Fan Sports Sunday before this series got going.
Of course you did.
But yeah, it was off of a book called Showtime. And it lasts for a couple seasons. Then I think, with the writer's strike, I think is what killed it. But yeah, there were some complaints.
Magic got HIV and Jerry West, left. I mean, there's a lot of things. Kareem retired. A lot of things stopped it. Pat left.
But yeah, he was... There was some criticism of the way he was portrayed and that it might not have been accurate, but
they portray him as a lunatic, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
But he traded for Kobe he had a trade set up in advance of the draft.
Hold on. What team did Kobe get drafted to?
Charlotte Hornets.
Good job. Well done on that. For someone who seemed to not know anything so far today, you've done a heck of a job on that.
They Vlade Divac, they had set up in advance. West did that if Kobe fell to Charlotte, they would draft him. He would trade for him. Then a few months later, they signed Shaq. So yeah, an incredible run right there with that. He actually coached for a couple years, coached for 3 years with the Lakers after his playing
career. That was not incredible.
Well, no, but he led them to the Western Conference Finals once. They were in the Western Conference semis the other two times. But there's not many guys who have been great players that were great coaches.
They were that good?
Yeah, it was 3 years. They were in the Western Conference Finals the first year. And then got beat in the semifinals in the Western Conference the 2 years after that. So,
okay.
But it's just it was tough for him the same way it was tough when Ted Williams coached the Washington Senators. You get players that have such high expectations of the people they're coaching. They think the players they're going to coach, they can make them into what they were, and they get frustrated by that. But West was a tremendous executive and was able to do with building those Lakers teams. And then, the Grizzlies also, he was involved with them for a while, the Warriors, like you mentioned, and the Clippers at the end. But a true icon. The fact he's the logo, I mean, and it's never been confirmed publicly. No one's ever come out and said that the logo is Jerry West. Yeah,
they just stumbled into that silhouette of him.
Oh no, we know it's him. We all know it's him. But I'm saying there's been no public, I don't think, confirmation. Yeah, that was him. But
so is that like the guy in the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain? We just still think it's the giant floating head.
Yeah, so that's what. But and Jerry West, I don't think was ever pissed off about it either. I don't think he ever asked for. And maybe I'm wrong. You would think that if he wanted to fight and say, "Hey, look, just tell him it's me," but it never came out that way. So that we know it's Jerry West, but I don't think it was ever acknowledged publicly that was or that is the NBA logo. But
what do you mean, Jerry? What is he going to come out and be like, "Hey, say it's me"?
Well,
like, what is
no, I'm not saying he would do it. It doesn't appear he's that kind of guy. I'm surprised no one's come out. The NBA has never come out and said, "Hey, this is Jerry West." We all know it is, but no one's.
Well, maybe they'll put that on his headstone, Tedoff. How about that?
Put the logo, or put that fact that he is the logo.
Put the logo on his headstone. That way it'll kind of clear it up for everybody.
But he did so many, Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame executive, and for everything he did with what he did in his post-playing career called Mr. Clutch. He was he's in the Hall of Fame as a player from the
and a contributor. He's the first to be both.
He was the third time. He was in trying for being a player, and again he was on the Olympic team in 1960, and then the third time will be later on this year as a contributor. So but fantastic player, and all the accolades are coming in. Michael Jordan said at one point he wished he could have, is what he said. I valued his friendship and knowledge. I always wished I could have played against him as a competitor, but the more I came to know him, I wish I had been his teammate. I admired his basketball insights, and he and I shared many similarities to how we approach the game. A
couple of rageaholics hanging out. I mean, that's what you want,
So, anyway, Jerry West, it was a 86-year-old passed away. They had a moment of silence last night in the Mavericks and Celtics game. Before that game, they did a video tribute and all that.
You know where there wasn't a moment of silence for that game?
Where's that?
Not during that, but after they won.
What?
I mean, they were playing that at the end of Tom's deal here. So we watched like the last, probably most of the fourth quarter.
Right.
I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, people in Boston are everything that you think that they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they love themselves some C's. And the fact that it's Jerry West passing, he was obviously a very notable Laker, if you will. Shark, do you remember how many final series did Jerry West lose?
8.
My gosh.
He went to the finals 9 times and won once. Yep.
I knew they won one, and I knew he lost a lot. That is painful. That is incredibly painful, running up against some of those legendary Celtics teams set off. My goodness.
Yep. All right,
that's brutal.
All right, coming up next, the third major of the season is getting underway in mere moments. What is the best potential realistic storyline? We'll do that next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Thursday to you. Right now, no crashes on the map to let you know about. We are watching traffic pick up on 33 out in Plain City. Also on I-71 as you make your way into downtown Columbus. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Custom Air. This is the time of year when you can get sunburn and frostbite in the same week. Don't let your house feel the same. Be prepared. Schedule an appointment today at CustomAirColumbus.com.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Father's Day is Sunday, June 16th, and you'll find super savings for super dads with one stop at Meijer. Get a great price on grilling favorites like certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak, and pick up bulk large sweet cherries for $2.99 per pound. Plus, shoes for the family are buy one, get one for $1. Shop Father's Day deals and the same low Meijer prices online and in store. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and this is my favorite time of the year in Columbus, Ohio. It's summertime, so that means I can go out and lay by the pool, play in the pool with my kids, go play a little bit of golf, run on the track, hike, jog, do whatever I like. But that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. I had joint pain, I had knee problems, and that's from many years of playing professional football. So what did I do? I went to QC Kinetics, and you know what? I brought my dad there. We went there, we talked to him. We looked at their non-surgical procedures that required no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. And since then, my knee's been feeling good. My dad's received relief as well. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and allow it to restore and repair the most damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, and do the things you love again, just like I can. They're under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. So go check them out. Don't wait any longer. Go to QCkinetics/Columbus or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
The Buckeye Show.
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. I mean, I'm sure he's in bed.
I tell you what, Ryan, you better not be saying those things about me. I'll get you.
The Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So, Wilson, you're running a window deal.
Yep. Buy one window, get two free. Or 5 or 10. It's all the same.
Oh.
Well, it's not real, but it sounds good to the buyer, so...
That does not sound good.
Oh, it is not. What's your deal?
So we have 5 different window lines so that all budgets can afford Pella without an unreal deal.
Lame.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
All right, Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Bobby, the U.S. Open gets underway here shortly with the first tee times playing out at Pinehurst number 2 in North Carolina. It's set to be a par 70 course, 7,543 yards. That is beefy. This is the 4th time U.S. Open's been at Pinehurst number 2. I'm curious for you, as we're in the media now, the way we're doing these things, I always root for the good storylines. I don't necessarily root for players or things like that, but I want something good storyline we can talk about. What do you think is, and we can kind of take Tiger out of this, but what do you think is like the best potential storyline for the U.S. Open?
Rory winning and then him and his wife sharing a romantic embrace on the 18th green.
Okay, that'd be a good one. You're right, yeah. Since they have just now,
the best one.
They're reconciled. Yeah.
Yes, they reconciled their divorce.
Right.
He went to Denny's in Columbus. He did not go to the friendlies up on 23 that we found out was closed yesterday. And you know what? He had filed, and now those two kids are willing to work it out. And I think that's a win for society, Thidoff.
That'd be a win for marriage, right? A win for love. A couple of Ohio State players in the field. I know Neil Shipley. He played the Masters this year. He's in it. And then Maxwell Moldovan is he played in the U.S. Open last year. His career just ended at Ohio State, but he made the cut last year and finished 65th. Is it good for the PGA if Scottie Scheffler wins?
Yeah, it's great.
You think because of the Tiger talk and everything? And
yes. Golf needs, first of all, let me tell you a couple things what golf needs. Golf needs stars. All the best players, and Shark can say whatever he wants. He can call them quitters. All the best players right now play on the LIV Tour. Outside of Scottie Scheffler.
Well, Scheffler, Rory, right? I mean...
What has Rory won recently?
He hasn't won anything recently, but he's still one of the best players, though.
No, he's not. How can you be one of the best if you're not winning?
I think he's one of the top 10 players right now in the world golf rankings.
What has he won?
He's third behind Schauffele.
Okay, Schauffele second.
What was the last major he won, Shark?
Well, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been 10 years to win a major.
All right, name me all the great players on the LIV Tour and what they've done lately. DJ hasn't won anything. Rahm hasn't won anything.
Brooks has 5 majors.
Brooks won a major last year.
He's won 5 in the last 5 years.
No, not in the last 5, but that's one.
What, 6? That's 1.
I would say in the last 8. But anyway, you're talking about the best golfers in the world are all on the LIV Tour other than Scheffler.
The best.
I'm writing this down. I just want to quote you properly.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Patrick Reed,
No.
Charles Schwartzel, Phil Mickelson? Who are you talking about?
Well, number one, Phil, as far as being active, has won the most majors of anybody.
Yeah, but he hasn't won anything in years.
Okay, so that was my argument, and that's what you're telling me, that Rory is the best.
No,
Those two things can't coexist.
Yeah, Rory keeps winning tournaments. He just hasn't won a major in 10 years.
Doesn't win anything of note. Nothing that anybody cares about. It's like you can tell me you can fill up all these meaningless tournaments that nobody watches. The ones that people tune in to watch are the majors, and Rory hasn't won any of them. And frankly, hasn't been all that competitive in most of them.
I think McIlroy, though, if you look at world golf...
I love Rory.
I know. If you look at world golf rankings, though, he's third in the world golf rankings.
Yeah, because Brooks isn't in there. Bryson isn't in there. Who just won the Masters? Who just won last year? Was it Rahm?
The Masters?
Rahm won in 23, yeah.
And then left right after. And he won 2 majors in a pretty close together, didn't he?
Well, like the Koepka, Dustin Johnson, DeChambeau's over there. John Rahm, who is withdrawn from this tournament because of a toe injury.
That, by the way, I mean, come on, man. Give me a break. He's like, I listened to him describe that yesterday.
Right.
I mean, that was about the most pathetic thing in the world. An infected toe. He's like, there's a little hole between my 4th and 5th toe, and I guess it got infected. I'm like, what? Is this where we're at? Come on, dude. You're gonna walk.
Yeah. 3
or 4 miles and hit a golf ball, hopefully less than 70 times. I think we can handle that.
You would think, yes. They're talking about ways, they want to get ways for the U.S. Open to be more inviting and more available to LIV players. There's 12 LIV Golf League players in the field this week, and there's been talk about the U.S. Open trying to find a way to get more LIV golfers and make it more accessible for them, which I think is good. And I'll push back a little, Bobby. I don't think the best golfers, all the best golfers except for Scheffler in the LIV, I will agree, there are a number of good golfers that are overplaying on the LIV Tour that I'd like to see over here playing in some of the events here as well, like the U.S. Open. For one of them, John Rahm. Yes, he has not done much lately. He did win the 2021 U.S. Open. He's still a name player that people like to follow and watch. So I believe it'd be nice to have more players like that if they have access to to play in the U.S. Open and other events over here. I know there's a big talk about having, and they were talking about the merger for a while, and all this stuff seemed to die off, and there hasn't been much movement on that. I don't know if that will ever come to fruition or what that would even look like. There's so many moving parts in that. But like you, I also wish there were more of the best players in the world playing in these big-time events. The LIV Golf Tour, who knows how it's going to, if it'll last, how long it will go. Have you watched much of the LIV? Like, do you watch?
No, I haven't watched a second of it.
I haven't either. Yeah.
I'm not sitting here championing, telling you that this is the best thing going, but I'm telling you most of the players that I care about play on that. And so because of that, I don't watch the LIV, but then I also don't really watch the PGA. Outside of, I watch the Memorial.
Right.
And I'll watch some majors.
Right.
But if there's nobody that I know on Sunday, I'm not watching. Nobody that I really care about. And that's, Shark, you can yell at me all you want, you and Beam. You guys are golf fans. I am a sports fan. I am a casual golf fan. I watch it when there's people in there of note that I care about. And so I'm more of a gauge or a thermometer of the general sports fan than you guys are. You're golf nerds. So you can't sit here and judge that. That's like me telling you that I love a 6-3 defensive battle in a football game. Be like, well, you're a football guy. Exactly. So I don't mind that if I think it's well played. Most people aren't going to enjoy that, though. So I would be a poor gauge or a poor thermometer with that. Shark sits there and watches all this crap on Sunday when it's 85 degrees outside and fantastic. He'd rather sit inside and watch 3 or 4 no-names
I
play back and forth on Sunday.
For doing a sports talk show and being a sports fan and watching
We're not a sports talk show. We're about fun and drama, Shark. Let's get it right. You know what the rules are. Fun and drama.
John Gerber's got his picks out. We had on the show yesterday, Bobby. He's got.
I was listening to him on the way to the airport. He was great.
I've got his official selections on his card. I told him I'd release them. He didn't have them all officially out yet. He had to finish up his research last night. The guys he's Ludwig Oberg 22-1, Shane Lowry at 55-1, Sepp Strack at 80-1 as potential winners. His ham sandwich is on Russell Henley at 80-1. He's got Adam Scott to finish in the top 10 at plus 650.
Love those shirts. Those are the best, by the way.
Which ones? The ham sandwich shirts?
No, the Henleys.
Oh, the Henleys. Okay.
Good 3-button Henley. I'm telling you, that's going to bring you home every time. Schleggs loves them, too. Big fan.
Adam Scott in the top 10 plus 650. Harris English plus 1,000 for top 10. That's a big one there. Top 20, Tom Hogue plus 460 and Davis Thompson plus 650. To finish in the top 20. So we'll track those. Obviously, I'll have on Fan Sports Sunday, too, to see how he did. But I love the U.S. Open. It's Pinehurst is a great course, too. It's a fun one to watch. I mean, that 75-43 is such a long course, and to play at a par 70. It sounds like the short game is going to be a big part of this week, and so that'll be fun to watch. There were a lot of guys that I saw practicing, working on putting off the green and trying to bring it up.
Putting off the green? You mean putting from the rough to
yes.
rough? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, putting from off the green. Yes, that's what I meant.
They call that putting from the rough.
You could do it that way also. You could do it that way as well.
I'm just saying, putting off the green. Give me another term for it. You use more words when less would suffice. Okay. Putting off the green, putting from the rough.
That's a good call. All right, coming up next, 2 of the all-time greats are going to face off Labor Day weekend. We'll tell you all about it next in Quick Hitters. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes to let you know about, but we are watching traffic pick up on I-70 as you come into downtown. Also on I-71 out near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina, your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
New 2024, up to 72 months Aria, N7A24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take your Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But these low interest rates won't last long. Lock in your 0% financing at Reichert Nissan. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game? You've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rosati Windows, the best buying experience in the business.
So many of the manufacturers today have gone to using such high-tech equipment that there's nothing left for human hands. Rosati Windows is different. Yes, we've invested in a lot of high-tech equipment, but a lot of our steps are still done by hand, and this makes for a much stronger window. There's just a lot of little things that we do that adds to the quality of our window.
Call Rosati Windows today, 777-4806.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP Sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of Sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention weekend warriors. Fan Sports Saturday has moved to 10 a.m. Join Eric Reeser and Tyvis Powell as they dive into popular topics like the Buckeyes and Tyvis's liquid diet.
Saturdays from 10 to 1.
The Fan.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet starting at $19.99 per month offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
At the James at Ohio State, you're choosing the experts who understand there is no routine cancer, where your care is delivered by a highly specialized team dedicated to studying and treating just one type of cancer, yours, and where 1,700 scientists are working on new treatments and new hope for every form of cancer. All at the region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute. You didn't choose cancer, but the choice of where to treat it is clear. The James at Ohio State.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
Gilbert worked in retail and restaurant management for 14 years. It was time for a change.
I recognized where I was at was vulnerable to the whims of the economy.
Then he heard about My Computer Career. Gilbert went for it.
In as little as 7 months, I got all of my certifications at a fraction of the cost for college.
He became an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
I can work from anywhere. I have more time for my family as well.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A lot of sunshine in the cards for today. Temperature is warming up to about 87 to 90 by the afternoon. Tonight we drop down to about 61. Tomorrow look for a sunny day. There will be clouds moving in midday as there is an approaching front. There's a 20% chance of a pop-up shower on your Friday. Otherwise expect highs in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robershad with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Thank you for tuning in. We do this every week, every day at this time, I should say. Let's do the quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Good morning,
Shark. How are you today, my friend?
I'm great. Fantastic. Got a little open on here in the studio. I'm looking at you through the glass. What could be better than that?
Tyvis is propped up in the chair over there, Bobby.
Tyvis is propped up in the chair with his tribe hat on. You got to love it. Joey Chestnut said, Nathans, you don't want me? I'll take my talents elsewhere. Chestnut is the 16-time hot dog eating champion there on Long Island, on Coney Island. He was banned by Nathan's after signing an endorsement deal with another hot dog company. So, a hot dog eating contest has been set up between Chestnut and previous champion Kobayashi. Ooh. And you can watch that on Netflix on September 2nd. Sounds kind of like Labor Day weekend instead of 4th of July weekend. Now, Tito, I'd never watched it on ESPN, so I won't be watching on Netflix. How about you?
It's called Chestnut versus Kobayashi Unfinished Beef. That's what it's called.
That's great.
On Labor Day, yes, when that'll be taking place. The Major League Eating had barred Chestnut from the Nathan's contest because of his plant-based meat brand he is a partnership with that group. So I don't think I'll watch this kind of stuff. It makes my stomach turn watching it. I can't, watching them shove those hot dogs, dip in the water and shove them down as quick. Bobby, it just
you've never eaten in front of a mirror then, Thidoff, I guess, right?
Not how I eat, Bobby. It's it doesn't. There's nothing to this about this appeals to me at all, Bobby. Will you watch it?
Thidoff, I know there's nothing more that you enjoy than watching a couple of dudes jam a nice hog down their throat. I mean, it's pretty remarkable stuff. And I'm going to be honest, I've never sat down and watched a full broadcast of the hot dog eating championship. What's more American? I'd watch the highlights on ESPN. I mean, what's more American on the 4th of July than a bunch of guys out at the boardwalk, like I said, jamming dogs down their throat, dipping the buns in water. I mean, talk about taking all the pleasure out of eating, and that's pure function right there. But kudos to them. They're figuring out a way to make it work. I mean, this kind of sounds like the Live Golf Tour of the professional eating circuit. Am I wrong?
You may have a point there, I guess, Bobby.
I mean, I guess that's where we're at in society. We'll start our own. Good for them. I mean, if I'm going to champion Live Golf, I've got to be able to champion the alternative leagues for every sport. So kudos to those guys. I don't know if I'm down with the vegan dog. I don't really eat a lot of hot dogs at all anymore. But, Shark, I'm with you. If you're going to eat a hot dog, let's just eat a real one.
This is interesting. Both Ohio State hockey teams could be in line for outdoor games during this coming season. According to a report by the Wisconsin State Journal, the Ohio State men's hockey and women's hockey teams are in talks to play games at Wrigley Field next season. The planned slate, according to the report, would involve Wisconsin, Michigan State, Michigan, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Penn State men, along with Ohio State women versus Wisconsin, which just happens to be a rematch of this year's national championship game. Now, Bob, outdoor hockey, obviously a huge thing in the NHL. I don't know if it would be big in college, but still pretty cool that the Buckeye football and hockey teams could both be playing at Wrigley Field this year.
Yeah, that'll be... I know people aren't about like football being played in baseball stadiums, and I'm not, but for like one-offs, especially for... the Ohio State versus Northwestern in a game that should not be of consequence. That's good. If you're going to throw some hockey in there, like that gives me a reason to go see an alternative sporting event in Wrigley Field. I think that's a good idea. It gives it a little intrigue, gives it a little flair. I honestly think that that's a pretty good idea. It gives it some novelty as opposed to watching it inside. So you go out there, you bring some spirits with you. You get warmed up, a little naturally lubricated. You're feeling good about life. It should be a good time. I know Thidoff will enjoy.
Well, yeah, look, I'm all for this, too. I'm glad we got the Jackets playing, against the Red Wings at Ohio Stadium coming up in...
They're going to do it it's actually going to be Thidoff, I think, like April 12th. They wanted to make sure that the Jackets were still going to be, in playoff contention and do it when the weather would cooperate.
They are doing it...
Couldn't do it in January. We're going to do it as late as possible.
It's on Saturday, March 1st, I believe, is when they're going to play that game. But yes, you're right. I thought it would be earlier also. Who knows what we'll get in March weather-wise, but it'd be much better to play it earlier than that as far as for the weather purpose of it. But yeah, I'm with you. I like seeing some of the stuff too, where where they play on the other sports fields or arenas and things like that. I mean, I know what the thing in Indy they're doing, like they've transformed that into because of the Olympic swimming, right? They put a pool in there, right?
Put a pool in Lucas Oil. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with the sports engineering and where we're at now. I mean, they literally built a pool on a football field.
Which is amazing. Remarkable. Yeah, how heavy is that pool? Do you know the numbers? Do you ever see it, or like how?
What do you mean how heavy?
How heavy is that structure?
Can I bench it? I mean, what are we talking about?
I'm just asking. They're putting it on a football field. I just wondered what the dimensions, what the weight of all that is with the water and everything. What would be?
The dimensions are going to be 50. It's going to be 50 meters long on the interior.
Right.
I'm guessing it's going to be 8 lanes wide. They'll probably have a spare lane down the side.
A couple of warm-up lanes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'll have a whole warm-up pool, and they've got to have that somewhere.
Sure.
For this, they'll probably have that behind the bleachers. Because, I mean, you got to think a pool isn't that big relative to a football field.
Right.
So they'll have some stuff around, and they had to move some things around in there. But, I mean, with what they're able to do with sports engineering right now, it's truly phenomenal.
It's amazing. I never would have thought they'd have something like that at Lucas Oil. You know what I mean? Like, I never thought th'd be able to pull something like that off. And just got the expense for it, too.
Why do you keep asking about the weight, by the way, as if they're putting it, on a third story?
No, I was just curious. I was just curious. I don't know how heavy something like that is. I was just curious in my mind.
They don't have to pick it up.
I know they don't pick it up. No, I know. I was curious what the whole thing weighed.
The hot tub I picked up weighed 1,000 pounds. So if you're curious about feats of strength and how much does the world on my back weigh? That's Schlegs and I, my brother. I mean, we had a crew. We lifted 1,000-pound hot tub. So there you go.
Any injuries?
No, we were all good. And then even more impressively, we got it onto a deck about 6 feet off the ground, and I didn't have the help of those two gorillas, so we were good. I had my father-in-law and some other people that were a little older, some high school dudes, got it on there in our house down in Portsmouth, so super pumped about that.
There you go. All right, that's it for the quick hitters today. Thank you, Sharky, for that. Appreciate that. Top of the hour, we get the Sports Center update for you from Shark, who will provide that. And then also, we will get you with a re-rack. The Reds and Guardians played yesterday. We will tell you how that ended. And also the Celtics and Mavericks series. We'll get you caught up on that. That's all coming up. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes on the map, but we are watching busy traffic on 33 out in Plain City. Also on I-71 as you make your way into the metro this morning. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Hi, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Need a perfect gift? Check out the new line of Glock watches and other stunning jewelry at Worthington Jewelers. Make every occasion sparkle with Worthington Jewelers, where exceptional gifts await.
The delicious ice-cold taste of Dr. Pepper has a lasting effect on people. Lindsay from Sacramento said,
Pro tip, 40 degrees is the perfect temperature for an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Why is 40 degrees the perfect temperature for Dr. Pepper? We brought in Sue from Duluth, Minnesota to tell us.
Oh yeah, I know a thing or two about cold. Oh, that right there is the perfect kind of ice cold for Dr. Pepper. I'd share that with my friend Nancy. She likes Dr. Pepper too, you know. My coldest...
All right, that'll be all, Sue. Having a perfect temperature for your Dr. Pepper? It's a Pepper thing. Inspired by real fan posts.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today or go online to agproco.com for more information.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
I need directions for paying down debt.
Starting route. Apply for a SoFi personal loan and consolidate your debt into one fixed payment. Turn right into a positive outlook and get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign with no fees required.
Got it. You could get out of high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. View your rate at SoFi.com/debt in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/debt. NMLS 696891.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. Ellie De La Cruz bobblehead night at Great American Ballpark turned into the Jamer Candelario show. The Reds' third baseman hit a solo homer in the first inning and then trailing Cleveland 2-1 in the sixth, drilled a 3-run homer to give Cincinnati a 4-2 win over the Guardians. Both homers came off Cleveland starter Tanner Bybee, who only allowed 2 hits to the rest of the Reds lineup and struck out a career-high 11. In Game 3 of the NBA Finals at Dallas, the Celtics attempted 46 three-pointers, making 17 while shooting just 36 two-pointers. The strategy worked. Boston beat the Mavs 106-99 to take a 3-0 lead in the series. Jason Tatum led the Celtics with 31 points. Jaylen Brown added 30. Kyrie Irving scored 35 for the Mavericks. Hall of Fame player and executive Jerry West died yesterday at the age of 86. He led the Lakers to the NBA Finals 9 times as a player, but won just 1 title. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Thank you so much for spending part of your Thursday with us. And now we'll do what we do at the top of every hour. Hit your 3-rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, re-rack. Jerry West passed away. Let's do this first. We need to waste some tickets. 2024 FC Series, Man City versus Chelsea. Premier League's champion, Manchester City and Chelsea FC. Facing off Saturday, August 3rd at Ohio Stadium. The match between the rivals is part of the 2024 FC Series, a collection of friendly matches across the United States featuring top global soccer clubs. We'll give to the winner. We'll get 2 tickets to see the match at Ohio Stadium Saturday, August 3rd. Tickets on sale through Ticketmaster. Be the 5th caller to 614-821-9710. That's 614-821-9710. Caller number 5. Talk to Shark. Get the tickets. Head out there on Saturday, August 3rd. It'll be a scorcher, I bet. Probably 100 degrees that day with the weather I'm coming in right now, too. It's prime summertime right there, Bobby. You going to the game?
I most likely am not. I heard it's supposed to be pretty hot, though, today in Columbus.
Yes.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, we got some 90s rolling in here. It's supposed to be like 96 on Sunday, Bobby.
It was a little chilly last night in Gillette. Like, it was hot during the day, and then it got a little cooler in the evening. So I know that we've had some nice weather in Columbus, and then, heck, Monday was like downright cold. And I remember looking ahead, I'm like, well, we're going to be full into the throngs of summer at the end of the week here, as it's going to be in the 90s. So, you know what, put that sunscreen on and make sure you're hydrating. Drinking plenty of water. I don't want to see you go down.
I appreciate that, Bobby. Jerry West passes away at the age of 86, the logo, longtime L.A. Laker player and executive. And, success with the Clippers, also the Grizzlies, the Warriors. It did so many wonderful things. Mr. Clutch, the other nickname he had, played on those great Laker teams that always just came up short against the Celtics, passed away at the age of 86. Reds beat the Guardians yesterday 4-2. They're both off today. The Reds start a weekend series in Milwaukee on Friday. A big weekend series with the NL Central leading Milwaukee Brewers on Friday. The Guardians spend a weekend in Toronto. Celtics over the Mavs, 106-99. You said you guys watched most of the fourth quarter of that game out there at Gillette. Boston led 91-70 with 11 minutes left. Dallas went on a 22-2 run to trim the deficit to 1 before Boston pulled away. No Kristaps Porzingis. Jason Tatum, 31 points. Jaylen Brown, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Luka fouled out with 4:12 left, but he finished with 27 points. Kyrie had 35 points. And a couple of interesting stats here. Kyrie has lost to the Celtics 13 straight times. I did not know that, but 13 straight times when Kyrie's gone against Celtics, he's lost. Game 4 is Friday night in Dallas. Shark, do you know that this is only the second time the Celtics have had a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals?
Wow. Now, yeah, that is surprising.
For the only other time they had it was 1959 against the Lakers.
I wasn't around for that.
No, you were not around for that one, no. But yeah, so Bobby, does that surprise you also? It's the first time, this is only the second time they've had a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals, all the times they've been there.
The thing is, I mean, it's not crazy shocking because you got to think, I mean, through all those series that they won, I mean, they've won so many. You got to think they played the Lakers a number of times with that Jerry West team that we're talking about. Like, they're not getting swept. They beat them, but they were competitive series. And then the Lakers in the 80s, like, those things were not sweeps. I guess I just, like, look back through history on that. It's not all that surprising. Like, being up 3-0 is pretty tough to do. Usually, even in what they quote the gentleman's sweep, if you will.
Yeah, the 4-1.
You win the first 2, the team maybe wins the third, and then you win the final 2, and it's kind of over. So, yeah, to win 3 in a row, which implies you're going to win 1 on the road at least, if not 2. Generally, I would say that they're probably the favorite, and they win that third at home. But to win 3 in a row against another team of that caliber, especially on the road, with at least 1 is pretty tough.
NHL tonight, Game 3. Florida's at Edmonton. Florida has a 3-0 or 2-0 lead in that one, trying to go up 3-0. The 8 o'clock face-off there. USA men tied. They had a draw with Brazil last night, Bobby, in a friendly down in Orlando. So this is their the final friendly before they get the Copa America tournament over there. Then also the Cleveland Monsters, they fell 3-2 in overtime.
You don't sound near as excited about that as Beam would have been.
Oh, no, Beam would have been a USA shirt on, probably a medium in here, and would be he'd be. You're right. He would break it down much more than I just did. But
we were just talking about how 1-13 against Brazil or something.
1-18 had lost 13 straight or something like that. Yeah.
Well, now we haven't lost 13 straight.
Right. But it's not a win, Bobby. You're not counting that as a win. You're not putting that in the win column.
I don't know. Shark was counting all those tied Ohio Cups. The Tribe just they maintain the trophy as wins, basically. So, why can't we count that as something?
I don't think it's the same. We can't. I'm not going to champion a draw against Brazil. Give me a W, Bobby. Then we'll really break it down.
I'll never forget. I was watching. Gosh, it was probably back in. I wish Beam was here to dive into this because I don't remember. There's no way you know. You know what? Maybe you do. I don't know. I think it was like 2007, 8 that the U.S. was playing Brazil in the Gold Cup, and they had, I think, a 2-0 lead. And I want to say we ended up losing that thing 3-2. And I was watching it with some of my wife, brother-in-law, some of his buddies, and one of them was a foreigner. And he was like, it was all fun, and he was kind of like cheering for the United States. And then when they went up 2-0, like he couldn't stand to watch us be up on Brazil. And he kept saying, well, they're not playing with their A squad. This isn't that. I'm like, dude, all their best players are out there, buddy. Right. I don't know anything about this, but all their best dudes are out there. And then they ended up coming back and beating us 3-2. It was devastating because I had already mentally banked that win when we went up 2-0.
Bobby, I can't. I'll get into the World Cup. I will really enjoy watching the World Cup, but I can't keep track of what all these different friendlies lead into. The Copa, all these different. The Olympics.
The Copacabana.
Yeah, I can't. But that's my biggest problem. I'm not saying
her name was Lola. She was a showgirl.
She was a showgirl. Yes, I do remember Barry Manilow. But it's not soccer's fault. It's my own fault that I just can't keep track.
Soccer's
I'm saying I'm not criticizing soccer for the way they do it, but that's what keeps me from understanding probably the gravity of what these things really mean. Like the USA-Brazil thing and the tournament coming up, like the World Cup to me is it. And like that's what matters. That's the one that I will watch. But these other ones, though, I don't follow as closely.
It's fine. Rothman once famously said when he was still working in TV, it's boring enough already. So, if in reference to soccer. So You'll never be that bad. So don't worry about it, Thidoff. You're definitely a cut above the Roth doggy, if you will.
And by the way, I will tell you this, that going to watch soccer in person is so much different. It's such a different experience than trying to watch than when you watch it at home, like on television. It is like the sports we talked about. Hockey for me was the same way. I've heard auto racing is the same way. I've heard horse racing the same way.
Got to see it live.
Yes, got to see it live is what they said with hockey. I think for soccer, it's kind of the same thing. Yes, join the battle. Right.
March on. From our blue we rise.
Cleveland Monsters, speaking of hockey.
We are the fifth line.
The Cleveland Monsters lost 3-2 in overtime on the road to the Hershey Bears in the Eastern Conference Finals of the American Hockey League last night. Their pursuit of the Calder Cup now comes up short.
Does the Hershey Bear, does that just sound like some sort of holiday dessert to you?
I think I would take a Hershey Bear to the next potluck I go to.
Yeah, I feel like those are like Peeps, like Hershey Bears. That's just like the little decadent treat you're going to enjoy.
Bobby, so let's talk about, and we're going to talk about it later on in this hour also, but the event out there last night, you've already said there was 75,000 people out there?
I'm going to be honest. I went to this and I set it up, and I'm thinking, I had this plan in my head of me going to this thing. They give us the itinerary, landing in Boston around, we landed like 11:45. I'm like, all right, we'll go. First of all, let me tell you this. I tried to schedule this, and I was talking with the guy at the rental counter about this. So, for those of you who don't know, Foxboro is like 45 minutes from Boston. It might be like 30 miles, but it's essentially like going to like Springfield.
Okay.
It's not close, and there's nothing else out here. And the way it's laid out, but there's like no stops along the way. It's just brutal traffic on the way out here. So I'd rent a car. So I was like, all right, we'll get out here early. And then I'll take my son. We'll go through like Gillette, and I'll show him like the locker room and some different things. I should be able to get in there and whatever. I thought there might be 25,000, 30,000 people here. In my mind, I'm like, man, if they get the lower bowl full, that'll be great.
Right.
Then there was 75,000. It was like a game day. We walked. My son and I, we Ubered over here because they had shuttles running. So I was like, all right, we'll get a shuttle back afterwards. and they had shuttles running, so we wanted to make sure we got here. We stayed 2 miles from the stadium. It took us a half an hour to get there.
Oh, wow.
And that was at 2:45.
Right.
It started at 7.
Good Lord.
It's a Wednesday. And do you know why they did it yesterday?
Yeah, I do. I saw this. Yeah, because 6 rings with the Patriots, and it's number 12.
6 for 12.
Yep, 6-12.
And so I'm like, it's a Wednesday.
Right.
And there's that many people out there. I'm like, my goodness. It was ridiculous. It was Jay-Z opened.
Was he there
Jay-Z.
live?
Kenny Chesney played.
Was he was there live? Jay-Z
yes.
was? Oh,
what do you
wow.
mean live? What do you think he played on a...
I know they did a pre-recorded thing, like with him. Maybe.
Pre-recorded? Dude, there's 75,000 people out here. You think Bostonians are going to settle for a pre-recording as an open?
On a giant
Get yourself together, thin up green screen.
No, on a giant screen. On a giant screen, I said. If they have a giant screen out there.
It doesn't matter. They had screens everywhere. It probably cost $25 million to put it on. They said it mirrored Larry Bird's retirement. Because I said, gosh, this is ridiculous, like how they did all this. I mean, we go there. They had a sushi bar that was about 40 yards long for the players when we walked in there. It was everybody was here. Everybody that I'm trying to think of someone who would have been impactful in Tom Brady's career that wasn't here. I mean, Moss, Gronk, Edelman, Bill came. Bill gave a 14-minute speech. By the way, the ovation that Bill got, ridiculous. Like, out of this world.
Surprised you that he got that bigger? Do you think he was surprised, and were you surprised?
I was surprised that it was as big as it was. I mean, he came up to the podium, and they're like, Bill Belichick, and he starts talking. It was like a minute long. I'll send you the video. I mean, I recorded a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then they had Bill Burr. Bill Burr was like, he did 2 sets. He did like 2 5-minute sets. We'll listen to his open at 7:30. It was remarkable. And like they're like, we're gonna keep it family friendly. Who was it that cussed? One of them, not him, but like one of the players. I think Ty Law or someone. But they had like Ty Law, Richard Seymour. They had all. It was like the generations of Tom because he's played for so stinking long.
Right.
He played for like 6 or 7 years before I got in the league. I played for 7 then, in my final year there, and then he played like another 7 years, 8 years. I mean, the guy played forever. It was crazy, and so there was that many people. Bill got a massive standing ovation. I mean, they loved Randy. I mean, they loved Gronk. I mean, they had guys coming out. Like I said, Kenny Chesney played. Bon Jovi's here, of course.
Right.
I mean, it was wild. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. For it to be like that deck, and I said like the 50-yard sushi bar for my son Cullen just gobbling them up. You know, he's like, this is good. I'm like, get as much as you want. It's on Bob. You know?
Not you, Bob. The other Bob. Yes.
Yeah, big RKK as Tom called him. Robert Kraft. I'm like, this guy, go get some more food. One of my friends who works there, he's like, yeah, just get it and throw it away. Who cares? He's like, it's all paid for. I mean, they said they modeled it after Larry Bird and what they did with his retirement because it was something else, man. I've never seen anything to that level. I was at the Hall of Fame last year, and like this looked like the NFL Hall of Fame. Wow. I mean, it was insane, and it was incredibly special. The guys spoke really well, and then we went in last night at the end of it, and it ended around 9:20, and so it's perfect. Walked in, there's like 8 minutes left in the game, and just watching that thing. Saw former Ohio State coordinator Bill O'Brien. He was there, and it was remarkable. I was like, come on, man. Like, you came here. I hyped you up.
Right.
You're a great dude. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So I apologize. I'm like, it's fine. Like, I get it. You're going home. Like, it makes sense. Like, don't worry about that. But it was great. Steele Chambers was there. Steele just got here. We talked about that yesterday. Yeah. And he was out here, got a picture of Steele, talked to him. He's like, dude, this is nuts. I'm like, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Right. So, you know, it's different. It was different.
Tula from Marion, by the way. Tula wins the soccer tickets. If you enjoyed that talk, Bobby's got a lot more to tell us at 7:33. We'll do that. Coming up next, a guy who I thought was a former NFL player, isn't officially a former NFL player, and he's out trying to set a world record. That's next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. No crashes to let you know about right now, but we're watching busy traffic out on 33 in Plain City and on 33 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. 1 for you, 1 for them, 2 for them, or 2 just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
One of the most important Buckeye football seasons ever is coming. The Fan is your home for all the news and interviews you need as fall camp approaches. Join us. We're a friendly bunch of degenerates. Your Buckeye station, The Fan.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Take 5 Car Wash, the only car wash with the free Pro 5 Detail Center powered by Armor All Professional Products. Take your shine up a notch with powerful glass and interior sprays, high-quality microfiber towels, and professional vacuums, all free all the time. Visit Take 5 Car Wash today.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Glow Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Glow Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Temperatures heating up to around 90 by the afternoon. Tonight, look for clear skies. Temps dropping down to around 60. And then we will have some increasing clouds after midnight tonight going into tomorrow. Looking at a 20% chance of a pop-up shower or storm. High 85 on your Friday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby, Mark the Shark with you. And by the way, make sure you stick around because in the 8 o'clock hour at about 8:03, we'll have Albert Breer on from MMQB. Get his take what's going on in the NFL. We also still have What's Got You Juice later on at 7:30. We're going to have Bobby talking more about what he witnessed out there with the Tom Brady retirement of his number and in the ceremony out there. But one guy who is not officially retired yet, Brady's retired. This guy's not officially retired yet. But Jimmy Graham, who I thought was done, the NFL tight end, he is right now, Bobby. First of all, he said he's not sure about if he's going to retire or come back next year. He signed a one-year deal last year after he was out of football in 2022 and only wanted to play for the Saints, he said. And he says that's still the case in 2022. It is the case here now. He is currently training to try to set a world record to row 1,000 kilometers across the Arctic Ocean.
To what? You said row?
Row.
Like 1,000? Boat. Like row your boat.
That's it. And there's a 4-person team that Graham's a part of that's going to try to break the record of doing that in 15 days, 5 hours, and 32 minutes. That's like 675 miles almost. 15 days, 5 hours, and 32 minutes. And this guy, the fact that he's, I thought he was retired football. He's not a young guy. This seems like an incredibly difficult undertaking. I can't even imagine 15 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes rowing a damn boat.
It seems like a long time. I mean, Tedov, have you ever been on a row machine before?
I have been on a rowing machine before, and I've rowed a boat before.
For more than 10 minutes?
Yes, and I've rowed a boat before, and gone canoeing and things like that, but never obviously anything of this undertaking, especially in the Arctic Ocean. I wouldn't want to do it in an ocean, that's for damn sure.
So he's doing it in the Arctic, correct?
Yeah, the Arctic Ocean.
Do we know where this is going to occur within the Arctic?
We don't.
Do any more research on that, Tedov?
I don't know where in the Arctic it occurs. I guess that would make a pretty big difference. All I know is it's 1,000 kilometers.
1,000 kilometers.
Yes.
So what is that? Somewhere around like 700-800 miles, I'm
About
guessing?
675.
675?
Something around there. Yeah, I think it's around that number. Yep.
I mean, I'm going to need some more deets on this, Tedov. So it's the Arctic. So number one, it's summer up there. So it's going to be at least as warm as you're going to get.
Looks like it's going to be next summer when he's going to try to do it. Like he's just.
Oh, so he's doing it next. It's not this summer.
Right, it's next summer.
I thought this was happening like in a couple weeks.
No. He just said he hasn't closed the door on playing football on ESPN.com, but he's currently training to row that across the Arctic Ocean next summer in pursuit of a world record.
I mean, I played against Jimmy Graham, for heaven's sake. There can't be that many more guys left in the league that I played against.
Right.
So it's I tell people, like, if you played against me, it's about time to hang it up. All right, I've been done for 12 years.
But we talked about like every Hall of Fame class now is going to have somebody either played with or played against going forward.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. As I was looking through all that, I'm like, yep, played against all those guys. I guess it's sad. Whatever, it is what it is. Like Stafford's still out there. There's a handful of guys left that are still in the league from when I was there, but not many. But yeah, Jimmy Graham is one of them. I mean, I remember when he busted in the league with the Saints, and he was incredibly talented. So you know what? If he wants to play one more year in New Orleans, down there, go for it. If not, then off you can row your boat. I mean, you're a guy that always pursues great physical feats of strength and endurance. So you guys are kind of on the same plane.
He is going to, he's got plans, he said, for several long-distance bike rides over the next year. He's got a race with former NFL tight end Luke Wilson at the end of June, a bike race, I guess. And, like, Bob, did you ever get the inkling to do anything like that anymore? I know you went through before when you were trying to, you were training to what, was it before you turned 40, trying to do certain things physically, like with the testing?
Yeah, I did the conditioning test for Ohio State when I was 40, like my old conditioning test that we did with Tress. And did it, and I might do it again. Like I ran, what we did was 20 half gassers, which is over and back across the field one time. You had to do it I think our time was 18 and 19 seconds. I did them all in 17 because that's kind of what the skill guys' time was.
Okay.
And that's what I always used to do. So I did them all in 17, 30 seconds rest. I did 20 of those. And so like Tuesday, like I was feeling good. I get these like moments where I feel good, like a lucid moment for someone who like has, some age-related issues. I have a lucid moment in my workouts where, like, I did the team run with the guys like a couple Fridays ago. It's like, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good. And mostly I was feeling good because I was at the memorial. I didn't like do as much running as I normally did. So I went out there. I was like, yeah, warmed up, jogged like a half mile, stretched out, got ready to go. And then I went and I ran 12 cut 110s, which is kind of akin to a gasser. It's 60 down, 50 back, which is a little bit longer. The half gasser is like 106 yards. This is 110. But I had 12 of them on 17 with like 30 seconds rest. I'm like, all right, I could do this. Like, I could do 8 more if I needed to. Like, it would suck. But then, I woke up yesterday. I felt atrocious that often, to be honest. Like, my back was killing me. It was killing me later in the day. My gosh, at some point, like, I'm getting too old, so I'm tying a rope on the end of it. I'm trying to hang on. I'd like to be able to do that gasser test one more time, and I think I'll be able to do it on my birthday. And the good news is, like, Beam and I are going to be out there broadcasting live on my birthday at Ohio State's practice. So they'll be practicing after that, and I might be able to just kind of slither on over and just go inside and run it. I think I could be able to do that.
Like, so, do you get the desire to do this thing Jimmy Graham's doing? Obviously, it's on a huge scale, but I'm saying.
Pro Kenny Powers. I play real sports. I'm not trying to be the best at exercise.
I understand. But there's no a Boston Marathon or something like that.
That sounds terrible. I told my wife, I could go run a marathon at any point in time. She's like, no, you couldn't. I'm like, yeah, I could. I go, it would be awful. Like, psychologically, I could get through it. I would grind through it. I could get it done in probably under 4.5 hours. Like, it would be awful. The problem is for me, Theodoff, when I do that stuff, even when I run the 4-miler or do 5Ks, I am so beat up the next day. Like, my body, I can't do long endurance runs. When I got done playing, there was a thought, like, you know what? I'll do an Ironman triathlon.
Right.
And it's not the day of running or any of that stuff. Like, my shoulder, if I start running more than 2.5, 3 miles, my shoulder will hurt, ache. Like, it starts to feel like it might slide out. So I run hard and I'll do things and I'll go to the track and get after it, but I keep it well within the bounds of hey, I'd rather run harder with less rest for intervals than try to just run more. Like, I've got a finite ability of distance of what and duration that I can do, but within a certain time constraint, I'm still good. I'll still go at it and still do that stuff, but yeah, I'm more for challenging myself on the speed element, doing some crazy long endurance thing. There's a chance that I would have to have back surgery afterwards. I don't want to do that, so I'd rather just keep it within the lines.
All right, coming up next, we're going to hear more from Bobby on what he saw.
Tales from Gillette. Tales from Gillette. Sell the teas.
Tales from Gillette coming up next with Bobby Carpenter. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. No crashes on your Central Ohio roadways, but we are watching busy traffic in a couple spots, including on I-71 near Polaris and on 33 out in the Plain City, Dublin area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Attention HVAC contractors. For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' contractor first approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
At Hollywood Casino Columbus, you're always in the driver's seat. Don't miss our $50,000 trucker cash giveaway at Hollywood Columbus. Pick between driving off in a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 or $40,000 in Penn slot play or $30,000 in cash. Grand prize awarded on Saturday, June 29th. Earn entries on your slot and table gameplay all month long. For more information, visit HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, sports, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
The Mavs and Celtics battle for the title. Who will win? Will Tatum and Brown make it look easy? Will Kyrie dribble the ball off the face of the earth? Let's find out together. Listen to ESPN Radio's coverage of the NBA Finals right here on The Fan.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
At Speedway, get a small Slurpee drink for only $1 with Speedy Rewards. Welcome to Slurpee World, filled with classic flavors like cherry and blue raz, and new flavors like peach candy lemonade. Will you swirl them together or keep it simple? This is your Slurpee World after all. Small Slurpee drinks are only $1, only with Speedy Rewards, so you can mix it up every time. Get yours today at Speedway. Slurpee, anything flows. Valid through 1/7/25. Speedway has the right to end this promotion early. Participating U.S. stores. See app for full terms.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter with you, Mark the Shark. Bobby is out east. He went to Tom Brady's retirement ceremony, or Hall of Fame induction, what it was, I guess I should call it. Hall of Fame induction for the Patriots Hall of Fame. Also retired his number 12. Also announced they're building a 12-foot statue of Tom Brady. It all happened on June 12th because, as Bobby told us, 6'12", 6 Super Bowls in New England, and the number 12 is what he wore. So, Bobby, did you have some sound you want to play from this? How you want to handle this?
I do. We got Bill Burr did the opening for him, and Bill, I enjoy him. He did a fantastic job. Randy Moss, I got some clips from him speaking as well. I've got some stuff, even more. I mean, Bill Belichick spoke for about 15 minutes. Tom got up there and talked. There's just so much. And one of the great lines that Tom had, he's like, it wasn't me, it wasn't you, it was us. And as everybody wants to get into this, like, who deserves more credit in these stupid debate shows, as you argue, like, the one thing as I listened to Willie McGinnis and Ty Law, who else was up there? Those two, Willie, Ty, I guess Richard Seymour wasn't there. Him and Vrabes. Richard Seymour and Vrabes weren't there. Vince Wilfork. Oh, they put up Devin McCourty, and Devin was like the little kid. And Devin's like, yeah, they told me last night I'm not allowed to talk much, and when I do, keep it short. But like those guys went up. Then there's like a bunch of his receivers came through with like Randy and Julian Edelman, Gronk. I'm trying to think who the fourth guy was with them, but it was pretty remarkable to see everybody. But Tom, and watching Bill there, and the standing ovation that he got for, a minute, just loud, and Tom just sitting there, and it was like the roast, but it was all like pretty positive. Bledsoe was there, and talking about all the great stuff. And he's like, you're the worst backup in the world. You're supposed to, give a guy his job back when he gets healthy. And it was really good. I was so glad my son got to be there, Cullen, and share it with me. But here's about 4.5, 5 minutes from Bill Burr opening up the program.
How about a round of applause for this guy in the friggin' helicopter going 0 miles an hour, 800 feet above the parking lot, not safe. Before we get started here, I just want to say it's an absolute honor to be a part of this, to be honoring the greatest NFL quarterback of all time. And I'm going to say that again, the greatest NFL quarterback of all time. That's right. That is right. No doubt about it. There's not a lot of sure things in life, but I can guarantee you, you're never going to see another quarterback come along and in 20 years go to 10 Super Bowls and win 7. I don't want to hear about that guy from the Chiefs. Andy Reid is too fat to make that happen. I got to be honest with you, it's just mind-boggling as a lifelong Patriots fan to be here. For you younger fans, I know that doesn't make sense. But taking you back, when I first started watching way back, Jim Plunkett, it was like we were barely in the league, right? We had that helmet with like Paul Revere's cousin was on it. We played in that high school football stadium. We were literally banned from Monday Night Football because somebody's drunk stabbed the police force. You remember that? We win a game, we carry the goalpost down Route 1 and like 5 of us got electrocuted. We were not a winning franchise. And then somewhere along the line, I don't know, Victor Kayem, that whole fiasco, along comes Robert Kraft, round of applause. Robert Kraft comes along, turns the whole thing around, gets Bill Parcells. We had that #1 draft pick, and I remember it was between 2 quarterbacks, Drew Bledsoe and that other guy, right? Drew, that's right, give it up for Drew. And I remember being so traumatized as a Patriots fan, I'm going, we're going to pick the wrong guy. So we get Drew, and then with the other, Seattle gets Rick, and I'm thinking, there you go, Rick's going to be a Hall of Famer, Drew's going to blow his knee out. And for the first time ever, we finally picked the right guy, turns it around. We get there with Bill Parcells, he got mad about some groceries and he left. Remember? And I'm like, here we go again. And then they brought in that Flanders guy, I forget his name, Sneaky Pete Carroll. Remember that? You score a touchdown and you go, woo! And I'm like, this isn't a football guy. And then Bill Belichick comes along, drafts Tom Brady. And from then on, we couldn't miss Lawyer Malloy, Ty Law, Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis, Adam Vinatieri, Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski, that guy we can't bring up. Right? Edelman with one of the greatest catches ever. And in 20 years, we go from being absolute doormats, not even in the league, to having the most Super Bowl champions, tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is such an honor to be here. It's been such a pleasure to watch all of this. From way back in the day, drinking on some guy's yard in Walpole. Right, remember that? Walking drunk on active train tracks under Route 1 to stumble in and watch them, to then be a part of this greatness. It's so fantastic. I just want to thank the Kraft family, all the history of the Patriots, and everybody for this moment. We have a fantastic evening. Look at all of these people that showed up to honor Tom.
What a cool thing that was. Well, Bill Burr is funnier. I've always loved Bill Burr.
Oh, it was amazing being drunk. Foxboro is like in the middle of nowhere. It's wild. Like, we walking around there, my son's like, this doesn't look like Boston, like, because we're not in Boston, dude. We're in Springfield, basically. It's insane. There's so much there. Shirk, how long is the Randy Moss cut?
2:37.
You want to save it for the Let's save it for 8:30. We'll do 8:33. We'll play some more of that stuff. We'll get that. But I was going to. By the way, I want to make sure we're clear. They were saying Drew, not Boo, right? Okay.
Oh no, there were no boos. I mean, outside of when he dropped in that guy that we're not allowed to bring in.
Right. Yes, that was the one.
I'm like, wow. But they said, like, when they got up there, they're like, this will not be like the roast. It will be a family-friendly event. Tirico was the MC, for heaven's sake. Like, I mean, they had, like I said, Jay-Z opened. Kenny Chesney played Boys of Fall for him up there. They each played like one song, which they're not doing that for free. They had Mike Tirico as the MC. Bill Burr did an open and then a middle.
Right.
Like, to keep it kind of moving along. It was so well done. They had a couple of round tables. Peyton Manning was there.
Yeah, I saw Peyton Manning made a surprise, like, unexpected experience. I'm sure he was expecting, but saying Brady did not expect Manning to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And my son's like, I didn't see Gronk. I'm like, dude, Gronk is here. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, Peyton Manning came in, for heaven's sake. I mean, it was... I mean, Big Papi, like all these guys, like it was a who's who of sports in front of 75,000 people. And I mean, Tom was incredibly gracious. They had an unbelievable video that they put together with his parents, and everything that he meant, that they meant to him, and that there was some touching stuff with him and Kraft. Like, it was really well done. My son Cullen stole 2 of these nice, one red, one blue, big 12 pillows. It's like, Dad, these are on the couches in there, in like the lounge, like when we were in the back. Because people were, they had little goats everywhere, goat stuffed animals.
Right.
And people were like taking them. And I was go, dude, and one of my buddies who works, he's like, anything that's not bolted down, he goes, take a lamp. I mean, who cares? Take whatever you can. I mean, they had all these like bags that they put underneath all the players' deals, and I go, buddy, get as many as you can. Take them all. Like, people are going to leave half of them. Get them, give them to your friends. I mean, this is so cool. And it was, I mean, to say it was first class doesn't even do first class justice. And the fact that the stadium was full.
That's insane.
It was full. It was 75,000 people to watch that.
Right.
Like, I thought, I'm like, it'll be easy
on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and they were tailgating drunk in the parking lots at 3. Just the way you would expect. That's Bill Burr. Some walking down active train tracks.
Right.
So great.
That sounds like a wonderful time. And, a lot of great, I've read some great stories, seen some great video. We'll do the Randy Moss sound. We'll do that coming up at 8:33. Like, when you texted me and Jess, you said we could do a whole show on this, which we could. We really could do a whole show on all this. I'm intrigued as hell hearing all these different things and the people you got to see again and all the stuff that went on there. So, but we're going to do this. So 8:33, we'll play the Randy Moss clip, and he gets emotional. It's really cool. We will play that. Coming up next, though, right here on Morning Juice, we're going to do What's Got You Juiced right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. A couple crashes out there that we are watching. The first one on I-270 eastbound on the south side. Watch for lane closures in those eastbound lanes just at Alum Creek Drive because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. Also in the downtown area, expect slowdowns on the ramp from I-70 westbound to I-71 southbound because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted best credit union for the past 6 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh, call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex Plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QC Kinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
The Oilers and Panthers battle for Lord Stanley's jug.
Cup. It's a cup.
Sorry, I was thinking of the little brown cup.
No, that's a jug, not a cup.
Catch all the action on The Fan or ESPN Columbus on the Fan app.
Good job.
Hey friends, Brandon Beam here for Truehold. If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You would just ask these questions. Should I sell when my home's value is sky high? Or wait and hope that the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball with Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you'd like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out on your home's equity, and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and all the maintenance and upkeep too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. You can get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's best value without moving. Again, that's Truehold.com.
We are back, and we are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
That's right, Ron. I mean, in one corner, we've got a 175-pound guy, and in the other, a 6,000-ton heavyweight train.
Jim, this guy has no idea what he's getting himself into.
It's no contest. Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks, think train.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Because comfort keeps us going. So grab your family, your friends, and your Wrangler layers for some fresh air adventures together. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A lot of sunshine in the cards for today. Temperature is warming up to about 87 to 90 by the afternoon. Tonight we drop down to about 61. Tomorrow look for a sunny day. There will be clouds moving in midday as there is an approaching front. There's a 20% chance of a pop-up shower on your Friday. Otherwise expect highs in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Heard some great stories there from Bobby from out there at Gillette. We'll get into some more of that later on as well. Right now, though, let's figure out what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, it's Thursday. I think, Shark, does that mean?
Yes.
All right.
Here is our daily Schlegalism.
I don't know. My alarm's going off in the background. I tried to turn it off. I'm just going to let it ride. Can you guys hear my alarm going off in the background?
Nope, can't hear it.
Amazing. That is so cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that
really
was a rough day for him. I am juiced about the U.S. Open. Tiger's getting ready to Ready to putt. Let me see. About an 8-foot birdie putt.
There we go.
On a par 5. So if he makes it, he'll be tied for the lead. There's only like 20 guys out on the course.
Right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
The lead's a lead.
Absolutely. Matteo Manassero is there from Italy. He had a triple bogey on his first hole.
Right.
Par 5, shot an 8.
Okay.
And then on his third hole, he had a double bogey. So Manassero is +5 through 3 holes.
He's available Saturday and Sunday for family events.
I'm guessing he'll be heading for home after tomorrow's second round. Although maybe, hey, this is Pinehurst.
You're right.
It could be very tough. Scheffler and Schauffele playing together today. They are teeing off at 1:14 this afternoon. Also, as I'm watching these NBA playoffs, I have to wonder if Kobe Altman is going, maybe JB wasn't so bad. The Celtics swept the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. They could very likely sweep the Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Hey, the Cavs got a win against Boston.
Right.
And they did it without a couple of players. So maybe they ought to rethink that J.B. Bickerstaff wasn't so bad. And then Jerry West, I don't remember the 1969 NBA Finals. I'm guessing it was on in our house. I just don't remember it. That would have been the Celtics and the Baltimore Bullets. But 1970 and 70... Gosh, was it 71?
What's that?
And then 73. 3 times in 4 years, it was the Lakers against the Knicks in the NBA Finals. Everybody talks about that Lakers-Celtics rivalry, but when I was a kid, that was my first memory, was always the Lakers against the Knicks. And you had, Willis Reed and Clyde Frazier, Earl the Pearl, DeBusschere Bradley going up against Gail Goodrich and Jerry West. And Wilt was on those teams. Elgin was at the very end of his career. And the Knicks won 2 of those series in 70 and 73. And thankfully, the Lakers got one of them because that was the only series finals that Jerry West won. Although the first year they gave out an MVP in the finals, he won it on a losing team. He averaged 40 points a game, and they lost. But this is maybe the most amazing thing about Jerry West. If you didn't get to see him play, 10-time first-team All-NBA.
Yeah.
Now only 5 guys, make
5 guys,
first-team All-NBA. He did it 10 times. He was pretty darn good, Bob.
Amazing.
Oh, he was the best. One of the best. Gosh, the logo, he did it in so many different ways. Shark, thank you for articulating all of that.
By the way, Bob.
Yeah.
Tiger got his birdie. He's in the lead.
There we go.
Minus
He's got a
1
shot.
through 1.
What are the odds of him winning it? Did they just drop?
Man, I don't know.
Is it even money?
I doubt it.
Tiger versus the field. Is that where we're at? We're back. Hey, how great would it be if he won the U.S. Open?
Oh, my gosh. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, you know what? It would get me to watch on Sunday, Shark. I'll tell you that much right there.
It's going to be 92 degrees, Bob. You need to be at the pool.
They've got a TV outside the pool. I'll watch it there. That'll be terrific. What's got me juiced? Getting to go to Tom's Patriots retirement and number retirement Hall of Fame induction for the Patriots last night. It was truly remarkable. Get a chance to have my son come up here, Kellen, and see everything. His birthday was in late May. This was kind of his birthday present. So excited for him to get to do that and meet some awesome people. We got a picture with him with a couple Super Bowl rings on and just to do a bunch of cool stuff and see something that was so amazing. I was glad that I was here for it. I don't think watching videos of it would have done it justice for me. And then also, we play we live in a world now. Youth sports is so crazy dominant, and everyone just wants to play games. And what I heard last night, Tom Brady, it's about work, it's about the process, it's about the practice. That's how you get good. That's how American football is set up. You practice a ton for limited game times. You practice all week, all off season to go play a handful of games in the fall. And that's why the skill level is so good and the dedication is so high. And Gino Auriemma, the UConn women's basketball coach, talked about this and why American basketball players are so skilled yet and are physically gifted and not as good of players as they should be.
I have a hard time watching high school kids play or younger kids play because they're more talented than ever. They're better athletes than ever. They can do more things than kids 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But they're not better basketball players because this coach or that coach has them playing 6 games on Saturday and they practice once that week. It's totally opposite of what they do in Europe, where you will practice 6 days and you will play once. So you wonder why all these kids coming from Europe, they say, well, why are they so fundamentally sound? Why can they all dribble? They can all pass. They can all shoot. Doesn't matter whether they're 5'10 or 6'10 because they practice. They don't play games. Here, it's all about how many games are we going to play. Major problem number 2. Every kid hires a trainer, like 2-3 hours a week, and they have all these drills, though. They can do that. And they can do all these great things with the ball, one-on-one. The minute you put 4 other players out there and somebody playing defense, they look like they just saw a ghost, right?
It's true. I talk to people about it all the time. It's the main problem in basketball. It's a problem in a number of sports, except for football, because football is the only game in America where you cannot play that many games. You have to practice more than you play. What's got you juiced that off?
The fact that if I close, kind of squint my eyes a little bit, my right eye, if I just look at the left side of the standings in the National League, it shows my Reds as second place, the NL Central. I'm going to avoid the 33 and 35. I'm going to avoid the 7 games back. The fact they're just right now, they're the second team listed in the National League Central, and they're playing the team right above them coming up this weekend in a huge series at Milwaukee. It was a great night in sports for me last night. My Celtics winning, my Reds winning against Sharks Guardians. So I'm going to savor that. That's got me juiced. I know that the Reds will probably not win the series against Milwaukee. I know Milwaukee's playing much better baseball, but as we sit right now today, Bobby, like I said, if I just block off that right side of the ESPN.com baseball standings, you will see my Reds are in second place. They're tied with the 2 other teams, the Cubs and Cardinals, but it doesn't show that if you just look at the one part. The Reds are the second team listed in the National League Central right now. So that's what's got me juiced. Coming up next, though, we'll hit you with the Sports Center update. Albert Breer from MMQB is going to join us as well. We'll do the re-rack. That's all next. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America. Support local and grab a bottle at your local liquor store right now. But they don't just make whiskey. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. High Bank teamed up with 614 to launch your new favorite go-to, 614 Vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. There's no taste like home with 614 Vodka. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
We go to war for you.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys. Remember, when you're in a legal battle, we're your warriors. Call Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Know your rights, because results matter. warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today or go online to agproco.com for more information.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. So what ends up happening is you do a few push-ups and sit-ups in your room, run around the block, or just skip it entirely. Lame. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover there's a fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and power your buys and tries the right way or de-stress with some cardio. The choice is yours. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. On May 7th, Cincinnati's Jamer Candelario was batting .184 with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. Since then, he's batted .277 with 8 homers and 21 RBIs. Last night at Great American Ballpark, Candelario had 2 homers and 4 ribbies as the Reds beat the Guardians 4-2. In Game 3 of the NBA Finals in Dallas, the Celtics led by 21 points with 11 minutes left in the game, but the Mavericks went on a 22-2 run over the next 7.5 minutes and trailed by just a point. However, Boston finished on a 13-7 run to win the game 106-99. Taking a 3-0 lead in the series. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals is set for tonight in Edmonton. The Oilers need a win because they trail the Florida Panthers 2-0. This Sports Center is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, give Mark Levy a call at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito and Bobby Carpenter with Mark the Shark here for you until 9 o'clock. Bishop and friends will join, take over after that. We got Albert Breer coming on from MMQB here shortly. First, so with 3-Rack.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Basketball legend Jerry West passed away at the age of 86 yesterday. He had a long, very successful NBA career, obviously, Hall of Famer in that regard. Also then a few years as a coach for the Lakers, led them to the Western Conference Finals once, the semis 2 other times in the Western Conference before moving upstairs to the front office. And great career as an executive also. He traded for Kobe Bryant and then signed Shaq. In addition to all the Showtime stuff that went on, all those other things, there was a lot of great things that Jerry West did. The West Virginia grad passed away at the age of 86. Reds over the Guardians 4-2 yesterday. Both were off today. Reds start a weekend series in Milwaukee on Friday. The Guards will spend the weekend in Toronto. Celtics over the Mavericks 106-99. Boston led 91-70 with 11 minutes left. Dallas goes on a 22-2 run to trim the deficit to 1 before Boston pulled away. Hey, Bobby, Boston did this without Porzingis. You know, Tatum had a big game, Jaylen Brown had a big game, but Mavs are toast, right?
I would say they're done. The fact that Porzingis didn't play, and I was shocked when I walked in and the Mavs were down by like 10. Now they tightened it up.
Right.
But, you know, the fact that Porzingis didn't play and the Celtics took that 3-0 lead, like this thing's cooked.
Yeah, it's over now. And so they'll play, you know, on Friday will be, I think, Game 4 when that will happen in Dallas. And it looks like the Celtics should be able to finish them off. First time since, the only second time in history, first time since 1959 was the other time it happened when the Celtics had a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals. NHL tonight, Game 3, Florida at Edmonton, 8 o'clock face-off there. Florida leads that series 2-0. USA men tied Brazil in a friendly down in Orlando, and the Cleveland Monsters fell 3-2 in overtime on the road to the Hershey Bears in the Eastern Conference Finals. That was Game 7 for the AHL. And, Bobby, all 4 games in Hershey went to overtime. Monsters fall just short, though. God, wish some of that success would maybe move down 71 a little bit, huh?
Yeah, that'd be nice if the Jackets could maybe inherit some of that. You think you're building winners, if, you know, from below, that they would eventually make their way up here. So hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah.
That'll happen eventually. I mean, it's an aspirational goal, if you will.
Yes, and right now in the U.S. Open, we can say it now. Tiger Woods is tied for the lead after birdieing number 1 on the par 5 there out of Pinehurst number 2. There's like 6 golfers right now. No one else. Matt Fitzpatrick. Matt Kuchar. There we go. Kuchar is Kuch is at -1 as well there. But the field getting away. There's, you know, getting ready to tee off now is Phil Mickelson, Tony Finau, and Dustin Johnson. Ricky Fowler's in a group also, and Ludwig Oberg also with Adam Hadwin. Those guys are all teeing off, just teeing off now as we speak. But I look forward to watching. This is fun to watch, this U.S. Open stuff. I mean, it's I'll sit there. I'll dive into that coverage all day and see what's going on out there. And then I like the British Open better from the standpoint of you can watch it early in the morning. You know, you can get up real early and watch it. But I enjoy doing that. So let's go out now to the Bryant Heating and Cooling System fan guest hotline. We are now joined by Albert Breer from MMQB. Albert, appreciate the time. And I want to start off with all these different players that are missing camp, that are holding out for new contract or whatever reason, or missing camp for whatever reason, is there anyone that concerns you that it's going to that needs to be in camp that isn't?
I mean, for minicamp, no. I don't think it really matters. For most of the guys who, hold out minicamp over this sort of stuff, whether it's, a guy like Hassan Reddick or Amari Cooper or guys who don't really need it. I mean, I know that sounds weird to say that, but, this time of year, a guy who's been in the league doesn't really need the extra reps. I would be a little bit more concerned about it. 12. I'd be more concerned if these things linger into training camp, of course. But at this point, I don't think those are a big deal. In fact, I'd say the bigger box contract situations that you'd be worried about are guys that are actually there, And so your Dak Prescott, your Jamar Chases, those are the things I think we'll be talking about when we get to August, December.
Is there, with Aaron Rodgers not being there, do you know anything, Albert, about where he is and what's going on with that situation?
I've heard things that I can't say on the radio. I do think I'll get it.
Hey, Chuck, why don't you grab Albert?
Go ahead, grab. We'll keep going off that. Yeah, Bob, that's the part that's also fascinating to me is the fact that we no one's saying where it is that Rodgers is, and it just said he had and Robert Sala's been like, well, we're on the same page. We know what we're doing. He knows where we're at and everything, and it's all good. He'll be fine, but it's inexcused what he said. Unexcused though, paraphrasing there. But yeah, I wonder where the hell Rodgers is. You would think that this is a very critical. I understand it's minicamp, but it's a critical time to get together with these receivers. They get to throw with a lot last year.
It is, and it's just surprising that they could have excused it if they wanted to. They have that ability. He's coming off an injury. I think he was at almost all the voluntary stuff. So it's just kind of interesting that what could have happened that would have prevented him from being there for that, 3-day stretch. That's what it was kind of unique.
Albert, I think we got you back now, and you started to say you can't say it on the radio where he's at. Is that what you said? Okay, we don't have. Okay, we'll work on that. That's fine. Bobby, the Lamar Jackson also, I saw this at minicamp, was saying that he didn't talk about why he forfeited a $750,000 bonus from workouts this spring. He said, "Never discussed my contract up here. I'm not about to start today." He signed that big deal for $260 million that had bonuses for participating in 80% of the team's offseason program. And this season he'll get about $14.25 million in base salary. But so with what Albert's saying though, if it's not that important, to be out there, if these guys he's talking about are going to be in shape when they show up, Hassan Reddick and all that, they'll be in there and they'll be in shape. Does minicamp actually mean that much, Albert?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does for the younger guys, and I think it's sort of a culmination of OTAs and 9 weeks of work. And, I think the way most teams set this up, Bobby knows this better than me, but it's not as competitive in the spring, but it does set up competitions for the summer, and so where you are in the pecking order, the types of opportunities you're going to get when you get to the summer are going to be set up by the work that you did in the spring and how impressive you looked in the spring, because there are only so many reps to go around when you get into training camp. And so, I think, again, for guys like Hassan Reddick and Amari Cooper are missing mini camp, even a CeeDee Lamb, you don't really we know where those guys are on those rosters, right? And those guys can get their work done on their own this time of year. I think for a younger guy, for a first or a second year guy, it can be important because it can open up opportunity for him to compete for a job when you get to the summer. And so, particularly for, maybe the 3rd round pick or the 4th round pick or the 5th round pick who might have a shot at starting in the fall, the minicamp can be important. But for the older veterans, I mean, I think it's nice to have it, but I don't think it's vital.
Albert, circling back to the Aaron thing, I know you can't disclose obviously where he is and everything that's going on. What's interesting because he's been at almost all of the voluntary stuff. I just kind of find it unique that he would miss the mandatory minicamp. And is minicamp different than OTAs? Not a whole lot. So just the timing of this seems very unique, I guess, to say the least.
Yeah, there's no question, Bobby. And I think, it's weird. So, the way it was described to me is like that the team knew, and this was communicated to Robert Saleh and to Joe Douglas and all the guys in New York that Aaron was going to miss this mini camp. Now, there are questions that you attach to that. Why didn't you do the mini camp last week then? There were some teams that did their mandatory mini camp last week. The Jets certainly could have done that and then gone back and had a couple of extra OTAs this week where Aaron wasn't there, and it's not mandatory. That might have made some sense. I think everybody knows that this is going to be a story. Why didn't you get ahead of it? Why didn't you tell people over the last couple of weeks, like, hey, Aaron's going to get his work in now, and then in a couple of weeks, the mandatory minicamp, he's not going to be there. I do understand why they didn't excuse it. The reason they didn't excuse it is pretty simple, because it's not something that another teammate could just say, yeah, I won't be there and not get fined for. And for Saleh and for Douglas and for everybody else in football ops to maintain any level of credibility, they couldn't let this one go. And my understanding is Aaron, it sounds at least like Aaron was on board with this plan to have this as an unexcused absence. But certainly it does feel like for a team that tried so hard over the last 3 or 4 months to avoid the noise of last year and actually liked the fact that the spotlight wasn't as glaring this spring as it had been last spring and summer, it does seem like they're inviting that sort of noise back into the building now.
Albert Breer joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You got the CD Lamb situation, Dak Prescott's contract situation, and Mike McCarthy's also in the last year of his contract. Looking forward, in 2025, how many of those three do you think are back with the Cowboys?
I think CD will be. I think the other two are less certain. It sounds weird, a coach who's, won 12 games 3 years in a row is fighting for his job, but that's just sort of where Mike McCarthy is right now. The fact that they didn't extend him obviously tells you what you need to know about that situation and where they are as a team right now. So the Dak situation to me is interesting just because I think I've said this to you guys before. It feels a little bit like that they are where the Rams were at with Jared Goff 4 years ago, where they really liked the guy as a quarterback, but is he going to get us over the hump? Now, remember, in the Jared Goff situation, the Matthew Stafford opportunity kind of fell out of the sky for them. And you can't count on something like that happening. And if that doesn't happen, if that opportunity doesn't just present itself, maybe the Rams do something differently there. That opportunity did present itself, so they move off of Jared Goff, who's a really good quarterback, and they go and get Stafford and win a Super Bowl. I sort of think that's where the Cowboys are with Dak. Do we pay him $55, $60 million a year to stay here long term, or is he not giving us quite enough? And do we have to come up with an strategy now? It's certainly going to be interesting going forward. And again, we've seen these things go both ways. I mentioned the Goff situation. Well, there was a situation just like this over 10 years ago, too, with Joe Flacco, where the Ravens sent Joe Flacco into a contract year, and Flacco wound up making a lot more money than he would have otherwise because he did bet on himself, and he was willing to go into a contract year, and he did perform at his best in a year. So that one certainly could go either way.
Albert, I was over. You're a native of Boston. You live in the area. I was over at Gillette last night. I mean, I thought there might be 30 to 40,000 people. I get there, it's a full game day environment. I mean, it's shut down. 75,000 people there, from Jay-Z, Kenny Chesney playing, Bill Burr doing two 5 to 6 minute sets, which we played the opening on here. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, how was that received within the confines of the New England area?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And you think about it too, Bobby. The Celtics were playing Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there was reason for people not to go, and they still went. I think it's just an appreciation of a generational athlete. And for me, growing up, in our region, it was really Larry Bird. Was that guy, and I just feel like this is almost like that times two. You know what I mean? Like, because he had longevity that Larry didn't have, and he won twice as many championships. And, like, how many kids in this region grew up? I mean, I was 21, 22 when he won his first Super Bowl, right? I was a senior at Ohio State when he won his first Super Bowl. But there are so many people in this region where their first memories watching football are Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl, you know, and that spans people who were 5 years old in 2001 to people who were 5 years old in 2018. I mean, one of my kids' first memories watching football was Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl. You think about that, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's a tribute to how great he was. It's a tribute to his longevity and just what he meant to the region. And you know what was really cool too, Bob? It felt to me, and I wasn't there and you were, so you'll be able to tell me better, but it seemed like the loudest ovation, the longest ovation was for Bill Belichick last night. And it almost felt like it was like the region telling Bill, after all of the slings and arrows he's taken over the last 6 months, that they have his back too. So, you know, those two guys, Brady and Belichick, have a very, very special connection to this region. And I think a huge part of it is the amount of people that either their first memories watching football were those guys winning championships, or even people like me where, you know, their kids' first memories watching football were those guys winning championships. It encompasses a lot of people.
Albert, thanks so much for time, buddy. We really appreciate it. We'll catch up again next week.
Sorry about the connection, guys. That's my bad. The line at the coffee shop was a little long, so I apologize.
No worries. I'll forgive you for that, man. We'll talk next week.
It's just in a thin shark, too. Like, there's really bad service in there, so that's totally on me.
All right, bud. We'll talk next week. That was Albert Breer from MMQB. Coming up next, the CBJ might be moving on from a big name soon. We'll do that next. This is Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are tracking major delays on the south side on I-270 eastbound near Alum Creek Drive. There is a crash that has those eastbound lanes very slow moving this morning. You can use State Route 104 between 23 and 33 as a detour. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Welcome to Slurpee World at Speedway. Filled with brand new flavors like peach candy lemonade. At Speedway, get a small Slurpee drink for only $1 with Speedy Rewards. Slurpee, anything flows. Valid through 1/7/25. Speedway has the right to end this promotion early. Participating U.S. stores. See app for full terms.
Diamonds Direct has done it again. This month only, get ready for an offer you can't resist. Buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right, a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet will not last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte. Each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Sunday's the time for brunching with your favorite people. And when they don't invite you, Listen to us instead. Fan Sports Sunday with Tito and DeVere Posey.
Sunday morning starting at 11.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
I have done in my career literally thousands of joint replacements.
Meet Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon who now advises patients try all they can do to avoid the knife and consider regenerative medicine.
I myself was able to continue skiing for 10 years after my knees started to be a problem because I accessed regenerative medicine.
Now, after 20 years of study, research, teaching, publications, and clinical experience, Dr. Scheinkup is regarded as one of America's true pioneers.
This is the future of medicine.
Dr. Scheinkup came to QC Kinetics after seeing what they were doing around the country, helping tens of thousands of patients get lasting relief from joint pain with no surgery and no drugs.
QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy on it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Lots of sunshine out there today. Temperatures heating up to around 90 by the afternoon. Tonight, look for clear skies. Temps dropping down to around 60. And then we will have some increasing clouds after midnight tonight going into tomorrow. Looking at a 20% chance of a pop-up shower or storm. High 85 on your Friday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Here's a list of undisputed facts. Beamer is round, Shark was a swinger, and no one derails a show like Bobby Carpenter. No one. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby, Shark. If you're watching this on YouTube, Tyvis is occupying Tyvis's head is occupying Bobby's chair. You can check that out. U.S. Open.
I'm watching it that off.
You see it?
Great. Yeah, it's kind of surreal, me watching Tyvis and you do a radio show with me on the audio side, but then the video is different. It's a pretty surreal experience.
It's a Matrix level stuff right there is what it is, Bobby. In the U.S. Open, Tiger Woods 1 under through 2 now. Tied for second, though, with a gaggle of golfers because Logan McAllister is 2 under through 5. But it should be fun to watch out there.
Be a gaggle of golfers.
I don't know.
I'm going to be honest. No one really likes geese.
Right.
So I think we need to retire the gaggle for anything else because I would like to exterminate geese. All they do is crap everywhere, and they're a nuisance.
I hate geese.
So I feel like you're doing
the
a disservice. I get the alliteration.
That's why I did it.
I'm a huge alliteration fan. I think that's terrific, but I mean, we can't call it the group of golfers, also an alliteration. Now, maybe it's not multisyllabic, so it doesn't sound quite as good, but I think it's still delivering the same point.
I love use of multisyllabic on the air. That's fantastic. I never have used that word before. I've used gaggle more than I've used that word there.
Well, hey, the trick is here, you want to learn something new every day.
Right.
In a fun and dramatic way.
Yes.
So we're trying to check all of the boxes here on the Morning Juice. It's the number 1 rated show in Columbus.
I've heard that.
It's not heard. I mean, it's the truth.
I know.
It's not even a rumor anymore. I mean, folks flocked. I mean, now you being on for this week, we'll see if we can overcome that, and that's going to be a testament to my ability to carry and how strong I can be. But we're going to do it for you, Thedoff. We're going to get it done.
I appreciate that. Patrick Laine and the Blue Jackets are headed towards a split. It looks like Laine has asked the Jackets to give him a new situation. He wants to go somewhere else, start fresh, and the Jackets are going to try to accommodate him. He's got a trade clause. There's only 10 teams think he can be traded to, but they're going to try to work together to find the best solution there. And I'll tell you, Bobby, Laine's he's obviously been inactive for quite some time here, dealing with some personal issues. But I was so pumped when we traded away PLD to get him and Jack Roslovich that same deal, based on the numbers he had, at Winnipeg in the 4 previous years, he had 63 points, he had 50 points, he had a 70-point season and a 64-point season. And he was, the plus minus was even. He was minus 58 in Columbus. Never got it going here. Couldn't seem to stay healthy, and just Columbus could never take advantage of his talents. This is disappointing to me, but I get it.
Yeah, and you thought he was going to be this, big-time star, going to be able to get it done, especially when they, traded PLD, and you thought, okay, like this is going to be, the guy that's going to come in and kind of fill that void. And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out yet. And, there's going to have to be some retooling here over the next year and a half, 2 years of kind of figuring out what pieces fit and how this looks. But I understand why it happened.
Yeah, and he entered the player assistance program back in January, still in the program. And I guess nothing can happen trade-wise or anything until he comes out of the program. I didn't realize that. He's got 2 years left on his contract at $8.7 million, and he has a 10-team no-trade list is what it is. So in 174 games, he's got 64 goals total. And yet we thought big things were going to happen with him. And when you got Johnny Gaudreau in here, and just the way it was going to go hasn't happened. And, it's going to be hard for them to get, and I shouldn't be thinking about it this way, maybe, but it's going to be hard for them to get equal value for what, he could be.
Why would it be hard for you to think about it that way?
Well, just I know that I think he's a much better player. I don't think that, so I'm saying they won't get equal value.
First of all, we haven't seen him play in I don't know how long.
January was the last time we went in that. I think the last game may have been in December.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played, he didn't play the last half of the year, so it's hard to kind of understand what he is, but he never became that player that we thought he could be.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think there's still a lot of potential there. So are you going to get full comp for him of what we deem his future value to be? Probably not. It's not going to happen. So that kind of stinks a little bit, unfortunately.
And I wonder what they're going to be asking for. Is it going to be players or picks or a combination of both? I don't even know what Laine's trade value will be or what they expect to get out of him. But, man, he's still a young guy. Bob, he's only, I think he's only 25 years old still.
Yeah, but he's starting to lose. He tried to cut his hair back. I mean, he was starting to bald out there, So, I mean, he's young, but he doesn't look quite as young as his age anymore.
That's very true.
He used to look like a classic European, cruising around, that blonde hair, his little accent, and now to trim it back, and that's what happens. I mean, time discriminates against no one.
He played in 18 games this season, 6 goals, 3 assists, and a plus-minus of -10. So not the best there for him. But, again, it is crazy. Look, he started when he was 18 years old, so he's got a lot of experience. He's played in 480 NHL games, and he does have 388 points, but just it's been a downward trend with the Blue Jackets, and we'll see what they can get out of him as they are trying to move on and give him a fresh start also. All right, coming up next, we're going to hear more what we call Tales from Gillette. Is that where we're going with Bobby? We don't need imaging done. Tales from Gillette, though. Okay. We will do some Tales from Gillette next from Bobby Carpenter. We'll do that. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. We are still watching lingering backups from a crash on I-270 eastbound at Alum Creek Drive. This is on the south side. Those eastbound lanes very slow moving as crews work to open them up. You can use 104 eastbound between 23 and 33 as a detour. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and I want you to picture this. Cannonballs into the lake, s'mores at the fire pit, sleeping under the stars. Well, that could be you when you visit my friends at RCD RV. RCD is having its summer open house, and you don't want to miss it. Huge RV savings all month long in June. New travel trailers as low as $14,995. The area's widest selection, over 600 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. Start your summer adventure at RCD RV. Visit one of the 3 Central Ohio locations or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
New 2024, up to 72 months Aria, N7A24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take a Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But these low interest rates won't last long. Lock in your 0% financing at Reichert Nissan. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Bob Capace here from Worthington Jewelers. Graduations, Father's Day, and summer birthdays are here. Looking for the perfect gift? Visit Worthington Jewelers for stunning jewelry that says you're special. Celebrate your loved ones with timeless elegance. Worthington Jewelers, where every moment shines.
Rothman and Ice.
And at like 9 o'clock, well, they got that all figured out for you. Just open up the concession stand.
That was my question.
That's it. Funnel cakes for everybody.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
With Tim Hortons 2 hot breakfast sandwiches for $6 deal, you can mix and match your favorites. Mix and match between savory sausage or naturally hickory smoked bacon. Mix and match between an English muffin or flaky biscuit. Any two served with a freshly cracked egg and melted cheese. You can even mix and match how you share it. 1 for you, 1 for them, 2 for them, or 2 just for you. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. It's time for Tim's. Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Single item at regular price. Modifications and tax extra. Additional terms apply.
Hey, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Sale. Hello. Save up to 50% on outdoor furniture and indoor essentials and have your best summer.
Oh, how about storage for my inflatable flamingos?
We've got you covered. Let's turn your space into a summer haven with space for birds.
Awesome.
Visit us in store from June 12th to July 9th or at IKEA-USA.com/midsummer. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hey, are you having a hard time dealing with high-interest credit card debt? It's normal, and a SoFi personal loan could help you save thousands by consolidating your DEBT to one low fixed monthly payment. You could get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign, with no fees required. It only takes 60 seconds to view your rate, and it won't affect your credit score. View your rate at SoFi.com/paid-off. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/paid-off. NMLS 696891.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, Tito and Bobby Carpenter with you. Mark the Shark behind the glass. And Bobby, the Tales from Gillette will continue. Do you want to do the Randy Moss sound first, or do you want to lead up to it a little bit?
We can lead into it a little bit. I mean, my son got a great bounty of stuff from the deal. We got a bunch of these packs he's taking home. He actually took 2 pillows.
I was saying, you said stole earlier. I didn't want to get the kid in trouble.
Well, no. I mean, my buddy said take anything that's not bolted down. Right. Why not? But he's got some sweet big 12 pillows. He's like, Randy Moss said on this one, Tom Brady said on that one. I'm like, hey, good for you, buddy. So figure out how to get those back to Columbus here. I know he's pretty excited about everything. Obviously, that transpired. We had a great time last night. Lots of stars there. So I've talked. Jay-Z opened up. Kenny Chesney played a song. Bill Burr did the, kind of the monologue. Tarico was the MC. Peyton Manning, and it's when you play 20 some years, it's remarkable. It's so generational. There's guys there that were in their 50s that played with him, like mid 50s, and probably almost 60 to tell you the truth. And because some of that team was older when he got there, and then there's guys there that are, stinking in their mid 20s that played with him. I mean, it's remarkable. I was like, Tom played with guys who played with my dad.
Really?
Like played against guys.
Yeah.
I think played. I mean that's how long he had been in the league. I mean it was remarkable. Just his longevity of what he had been able to do. And it was an awesome experience, awesome event. 75,000 people, and Randy Moss was there. That's why. Who was all going to be there? Everybody. The only two guys who were notable players. I didn't see Richard Sherman there,
right?
So it doesn't mean that he wasn't there. I just didn't see him. But Vrabes didn't come, and everybody was joking. They're like, "Well, if they didn't ask Vrabes to talk, he probably told him he wasn't going to come." So, it's like in this case, Tom's not that great anyway. Go on for whatever, and in the best way possible. But Randy was up there, and he was up there with it was Wes Welker, Randy, Julian, and Gronk. Those three were up there, his big receiving targets. They did a defensive panel with Vince, Ty Law, Willie McGinnis, and Devin McCourty. But this is Randy when he got up there. This was kind of closing. They had talked and done a bunch of stuff, but this is a couple minutes of Randy when he talked about what it meant to not only be with Tom but playing in New England.
In 2007, I was in a crazy place because I just wanted to be a part of a team. I studied the New England Patriots. I studied Bill Belichick and his coaching style. I studied the defense. I studied Tom Brady and how he led the offense up and down the field. And I remember just hearing Willie McGinnis and Peyton Manning talk about the fourth quarter. Everybody knows in the fourth quarter, when dealing with the Patriots and Tom Brady, if you give the man back the ball, it's trouble. And the one thing we were sitting up here talking about in the back, we were talking about Tom's competitive nature. And when I came into 2007, I had no idea what it was going to look like. All I knew, I just wanted to be a part of a team. The first guy that I laid eyes on in the locker room was Kevin Falk. When I met Tom Brady, it was kind of like, it was so surreal because I studied this guy. I met him in his hotel Monday night football in Minnesota where he put up 5 touchdowns against the Vikings, and that was his first time ever. So it was kind of, to me, like something with me kind of rubbed off on Tom that night, and I really felt that if I ever got a chance to play with him, it would be magical. So in 2007, it came up, and I know y'all heard me say this time and time again, they asked me, what's one thing that they need that I wanted from the organization? I said, I don't want anything. Just put my locker beside Tom Brady's, and the rest will take care of itself. So and I just want to clear up, lastly, because I want to hear my other 3 brothers talk, but it was just something that I had a goal and I had an individual goal, and I know this is not the organization for individual goals, but I had something to prove. And the reason why my hat's off to you, Mr. Kraft, Belichick, Brady, my teammates, is because y'all gave me something I was looking for 10 straight years, man. That's being part of a team, not being singled out. And you hear everything about the team concept, about doing your job, holding everybody accountable. If you're holding the number 1 man on the team, Tom Brady, accountable for anything he does on and off the field, then the other 52 men on the team better get in order. Like Willie said, you won't be here long. So in 2007, man, was great. We didn't bring it home, but I tell you what, it was something I set a goal to do. That was come out here to show my dominance in time. The Patriot Nation, y'all help me do that. God bless. Thank you.
Man, what a moment there, Bobby.
Oh, yeah. And it was remarkable. And listen to the crowd interact with him. And you always, it got a little weird with the end at Randy.
Right.
In New England, as it does with a lot of players, and that's just kind of how it ends with Bill, and it's kind of interesting that always happens. But man, it was unreal, the reaction that all the players got. I mean, everybody that went up there. I mean, they just standing ovation for Bill. And Tom. One of the notable quotes that kind of came out, and it's like, it wasn't me, it wasn't you, it was us. And it was pretty tremendous for him to get up there and say all that. Because I was worried. I mean, it'd been kind of frosty between Kraft and Belichick, and I didn't think that there was a way he wouldn't come, but I thought that was maybe a possibility. And Bill went up there and said so many great things about Tom, and he was kind of the last guy to go before Kraft, and then Tom obviously closed it out. Drew, Bledsoe opened it up, said some unbelievable things about him, but it was a pretty remarkable and surreal experience just to watch guys who I grew up watching, like Ty Law and Willie McGinnis and guys like that, to then ultimately guys who I played with, to guys who then are still playing, who played with him. And Tom spanning all those generations. It was a very emotional time for him. You could see him tear up visibly multiple times. And it was great. I hope more comes out about it, because one of the great things is, like, all people talked about was how great of a teammate Tom was. And I think everybody showing up there was a testament to that. And then how hard he worked, like in his relentless pursuit of everything. And, especially in an era today where we live, where everybody just wants, the instant gratification and, I want to be the GOAT and this and that and argue all this stuff. Like, Tom was promised nothing when he got there. I mean, he was a 6th-round pick, and all he did was go to work. And then to a man, everybody, and all these people's experiences are different, because when he got there, I mean, Willie McGinnis, like, Drew was the starter. He just signed, the biggest
big deal,
the biggest deal in NFL history.
Right.
Before that, like, who was this guy coming in? And then he had to start, and like, we leaned on him hard. Like, you saw that he was worth it. Like, you knew that he was going to be good. Now, how good, you didn't know, but you knew he could handle it. And then, you start to juxtapose that to, like, when I got there, he's coming up, and everybody the guys would tell the stories the same as mine. Like, he'd come up, hey, Bobby, nice to meet you. I'm Tom Brady. And people are like, what? Like,
yeah.
Devin McCourty said the same thing. Like, Tom, man, I know who you are. Like, everybody, you don't have to introduce. Like, why are you coming over and talking to me? And just, how unbelievable it was that he cared about everybody that way. And that's why he was such a great leader, is his ability to connect and his willingness and desire to do all of those things. So, I know that he can be the butt of jokes and people want to do all these different things, but I mean, he is genuinely one of the nicest humans I've ever been around. And his ability to care for other players, care for his teammates, his friends, like when guys go up to him. I mean, my son was joking. He's like, why do we have that Tom Brady signed jersey? I have it at my dad's house. I need to probably frame it. I'm like, I had some stuff I want Tom to sign. Just walk up there. He's like, yeah, man, no problem. He just sits there and, like, talks to you. And,
right.
Like, it was just, he tried his best to be one of the guys in an era where, like, so many people want to be like, I'm a star, I'm detached, I'm this and that. Tom wanted you to feel like you were approachable. And Brian Hoyer told a story. This way they had, like, his quarterback crew. It was like Hoyer, Castle, Drew, and Hoyer, Castle. There's someone else. There's 4 guys for every one of them. And it'll hit me before too long. But they're talking about, Brian's like, man, Tom's talking to me, and he goes, Billy O tells me to do this, to get a hold of him. He goes, it's like the 10th week of the season. Hey, get a hold of Tom about when we're going to do our Saturday meeting. And Hoyer's like, I don't have his number. And Billy's like, you play with him now all this time? He's like, what? I didn't want to ask for it. He's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
right.
Tom would never be inconvenienced by that. Like, he wants you to have his number. He wants to be as accessible as possible.
Does he want me to have his number?
Well, maybe not youth
okay.
off, but like people that can add value to his life.
I can add value to Brady's life.
Of course you can.
I can make jokes.
You can eat all his strawberries.
There we go. I'll do that. That's fine. You're right. Great stories, Bobby. And, it's cool that you got to go out there. Cool you and your son got to go out there, especially, coming up Father's Day weekend and all. That's a nice bonding thing for you guys. Coming up next, we are going to reveal our fan poll. And Bobby's going to give Tom Brady's phone number over the air. Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching very slow-moving traffic on the south side on I-270 eastbound. Traffic very slow-moving in those eastbound lanes leading up to Alum Creek Drive because of a crash. Also on I-270 going northbound right near South Hamilton Road. Expect lane closures in those northbound lanes just beyond US 33 because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, enjoy buy one, get one free deals on select items from Entenmann's, Wonder Bread, Vita Coco Water, and more with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Common Man and T-Bone.
The tournament is about much more than that. I just don't happen to like all those other things.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like people and merriment.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Thinking of popping the question? Diamonds Direct has an offer you can't miss. This month only, buy a natural diamond engagement ring of 1 carat plus and receive a free natural 1 carat diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. Imagine giving her the ring of her dreams and her wedding gift all at once. No one provides education, selection, and value like Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet from your friends at Diamonds Direct won't last long. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
For roof leaks and roof replacements, call Legacy Roofing Services, Central Ohio's commercial roofing leader. Legacy Roofing Services, ranked in the top 100 roofers in America. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Score a goal with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the checking account that rewards you for supporting the crew. Learn more at pathwayscu.com. Pathways Financial Credit Union, official credit union of the Columbus Crew, federally insured by NCUA.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A lot of sunshine in the cards for today. Temperature is warming up to about 87 to 90 by the afternoon. Tonight we drop down to about 61. Tomorrow look for a sunny day. There will be clouds moving in midday as there is an approaching front. There's a 20% chance of a pop-up shower on your Friday. Otherwise expect highs in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robershad with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Want to know anything about the fans' contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Final segment of the program on this Thursday. Bishop and Friends up next. They got a big show lined up over there as well. They're going to have Paul Feinbaum on. Aaron Portzline will come on to talk about the Patrick Laine situation from The Athletic. Aaron Portzline on that one. So that's all coming up next on Bishop and Friends. Bobby, our daily fan poll, today's fan at 971thefan.com. How will Tiger Woods fare in the U.S. Open? I've got three choices for you, Bobby. Finishes top 20, makes the cut, but finishes outside the top 20, or misses the cut.
I'll probably say make the cut, but finishes outside the top 20. However, I would like to see him be in the top 20.
God, it's so much more fun when Tiger's relevant.
Well, it's fun and drama.
Yeah. Right.
Jeff, that's what we're about. By the way, I talked about, age ranges being at Tom's deal.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. One of the first guys there, I see him walk in, who is my dad's contemporary, Doug Flutie. So I went up and said hi to him. I was like, hey, I said hello. I'm like, hey, I played a little bit after you. I was like, my dad played, when you were there as my son, Cullen, and got a chance to meet him. I mean, it was pretty darn remarkable. So you want to talk about, I don't know how old Doug Flutie is. What was it? 83?
84. Yeah.
So he's 22 and 84.
Right.
I mean, so he's over 60.
Yeah.
That's the age range of Tom Brady.
Did you ask him to bring the Heisman Trophy back that belongs to Keith Byers?
Yeah, I led with that.
I figured you would.
It really warmed him up to the rest of the conversation.
Do you still get fanboy something? Do you still get that way with anybody?
I don't know. I
would think maybe Flutie might be that, because Flutie, when you were you know about the stories. He played with your dad and everything, and what a big deal he was, Heisman Trophy winner, and then played for the New Jersey Generals. And
yeah, I guess the last. I saw Michael Jordan, and we were at a nightclub in 2006, my rookie year.
Right.
When I was playing in Dallas, we had a night off, and Oxnard went up to Santa Barbara, and he was there. I mean, he was getting swarmed. And, I walked by, and he was in, the back deal, and they let some of the Cowboy players back there with him. And, I think I just gave him a head nod, and that's, I looked over, and that was good.
Right.
A bunch of guys are coming up trying to talk. He don't want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me.
Right.
I'm like, that's good enough. I'm not going to be that guy. So, that was probably one of the few guys that would be it. There was one other time, and I'm trying to think of someone who would have been that would have been like that, growing up, maybe a Larry Bird could be in that category too. But I'm not going to go talk to somebody that doesn't want to talk to me. I've got a chance to meet Tiger, and I don't know. I just ultra. Maybe when I met John Glenn, it was maybe a little bit like that. I guess that would have been the closest time when that was kind of fanboyish.
Is there someone you'd like to meet in the sports world that you haven't met yet? I'd really like to meet that person.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not. You gotta let me think on that one that often. You could drop.
I can't drop that on you. Just a couple minutes left in the show.
I can't think of anyone that would be out there that's still alive,
right?
That I would like to meet. Yeah. Not off the top of my head. Here's the thing: you meet, maybe Barry Bonds, but he's a jerk. So
right.
That would. I know who he is. So that would. It would. I would say ruin it, but I already know that he's a jerk, so I'm not, and I like him in spite of that. So meeting him would only confirm that,
right?
And I don't need that confirmed. I don't need it in person.
The on the poll right now, makes the cut outside the top 20 is leading the way with 55% for Tiger Woods at the U.S. Open. In second place, 34% misses the cut, 11% finishes top 20. Shark, what's your vote on that one?
I'm going to say Tiger will miss the cut.
You think he's going to miss the cut? He's 1 under through 4 right now. always a threat to like tweak it back, either tweak his back or something be done right away, or step wrong on the course and it could be over. But Tiger Watch still definitely on for me. I'll keep an eye on that one as well. A couple of guys at 2 under now. Ludwig Oberg, who is I think a pretty popular pick by some people to compete for this one, and also Logan McAllister. They are both tied at 2 under. And then
Kevin McAllister
also could be up there, and it's a groupling of golfers, if that's a word.
A groupling.
At 1 under par. There's like 10 golfers are each at 1 under par right now, and a lot of golfers still have to tee off. There's some I like with the U.S. Open, they put some star-studded groups together on this, and I'll be tied into this one. So tell me, Bobby, now you're flying out of Boston today, and then where are you headed after that?
So I'm flying to Boston today. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do a show on XM, and then I'm going to drive from Columbus to Holland, like Warren area.
Okay.
And I've got a charity golf outing that I'm doing every year, but I'll be on the show in the morning for Youth Head Off. So fear not. I will be revved up and ready to go from another locale once again.
What charity golf outing is this one?
It's called Inspiring Minds. It's put on a guy from Penn State who's from the area, and it's they promote educational programs through Trumbull and Mahoning County. It may even be bigger than that, and I think over into the Pennsylvania side as well, just across the border. But it's a really great thing. I've been doing it now for like AJ and I go up and play in it it's been like the last 15, 16 years. Now 14, 15, I don't know, maybe since my second year in the league. Maybe missed it 1 year, so try to always go. Doug Daddish, who I played with, his father-in-law, and they're big sponsors for it, and so they always ask us to go. And I played with the same group of Greek dudes every year, and so they told me 5 years ago, and we used to try to win. Now we just have fun, but if you're not playing, we're not going. So I'm all right. So I feel kind of obligated
now,
to do it now. Yeah. I started out, they were my age when I started doing this. So that's how long we've been doing it now. And they're in their 60s.
Bob, is AJ going tomorrow?
I don't.
Are we doing show prep?
Before he's called us on the drive up or from outside. So I'll have to see. AJ's a lunatic. He drives up in the morning and then drives back that night. That was the year. Remember, Sharky talked about all the fix-a-flat?
Yes.
I'm leaving. Shark, he left with 4 flat tires, and he would just carry 8 cans of fix-a-flat. Of course he would. And so he just pumped it there on the golf course. Yeah. He had to have them. I forget. They said they didn't have an air compressor at the course. He's you're lying. I forget what happened. He somehow got it pumped up and ready to go, though.
All right, so thanks to everyone tuning in today. Coming next is Bishop and Friends. We'll have AJ and Bobby on tomorrow. Hopefully we'll do that next. This has been Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are still watching lane closures on I-270 eastbound right at Alum Creek Drive. There is a crash that has that eastbound traffic on the south side very slow moving. Expect to add at least 15 minutes to your commute, or you can use 104 between 23 and 33 to avoid this. Also on I-270, but going northbound, just beyond 33, expect some lane closures because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
This NFL action update's brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Chicago Bears have the third best odds in the NFC North at plus 320. Their odds to make the playoffs this season are minus 106 to make and minus 114 to miss. Over-under season win total sits at 10.5 games, and the Bears are 40-1 to win the Super Bowl. Good for a tie for the 15th best odds in the NFL. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long. and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive